My bad. That groove is kind of cold. 111. What's going on? Let's get 111 in the building and let's make sure that those likes match those views. We fight hard to be recognized here in this space, but we up in here. So let's let them know what's going on. Salute, salute. We are about to slip into, one of my favorite times of the week. Shabbat Shalom. Sabbath is coming, but before we get into just kicking it with, our thoughts and giving thanks to the Creator, we like to gather around here on the Jaguar Wright effect and do what we call the weekend wrap up. So let's just check in on everybody. I don't see a lot of people in the chat. I see people showing up, but I don't see a lot of people in the chat. Y'all get to talking. Let me know that you're here. Say a hello. Let me know where you're hailing from. It's always good to see you peoples. We got our girls, Alina's. What's going on? Sherry. Golden Aries. I am somebody. What's going on? Welcome, Abby. Oh, we got the Hierophant. Hey, Brett. Dr. Jacko is in the building. Okay, we got everybody popping in from here to there. Okay, New Jersey in the house. Minnesota's in the house. All right, so we got some Eastern Standard Time people. I don't know if we got any Central people. Oh, that was fast. That was fast. That was real fast. And salute to Real Life Productions, the Blue Couch. Yes, the saga continues. We're gonna keep on talking. I see they busting it out in pieces, so I'm not sure which piece y'all saw, but we got into a lot. We had a lot of conversation about a lot of things. Okay, UK in the building. Mississippi. All right. I'm doing great. Can't complain. Yep, part one. I know. I mean, we sat for a while. It's been a minute since we've sat. We haven't sat since earlier this year before things started getting kind of crazy. Hey, what's going on, Cynthia? I mean, let's just be honest. The whole year has been crazy. It's been a mess. And wait a minute. Yanka's in La Casa. Okay. That's a little New York flavor. Alabama. Oh, I was awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. All I can do is be myself. And I think for me, that's where it gets most confusing because I'm just me, and I've always been there. And I remember when I tried not to be myself or be less of myself or curtail myself. And now I realize that authenticity is probably one of the greatest resources that's lacking in this world. And as we get into the weekend wrap up, I want to just highlight, not quite sure when I will be performing anywhere right now. Can't quite say. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've even bothered to try to do a show. Actually, it's been 3 years since I've even bothered to try to do a show. And you agree? And part of the conversation that we're going to be having today is going to be talking about some of that. Oh, bless you. Love you right back. No, but really, What I find so interesting is everyone is talking about all of the calamity, all of the craziness, all of the gossip, all of the salacious, all of the this and all of the that. But we're really not having a lot of conversation about how we're being affected by what's actually happening here in this country and what it's doing to the people, to the economy. Oh, well, you don't have to worry about that. I'm sure that's going to happen sooner than later, sooner than you know, before too long. I promise you that's going to happen. Oh, yes, my birthday was lovely. It was lovely. It was lovely. Beginning of the countdown to half a century. And it really was just like, you know, that shot to let me know that the race has begun and getting to that. So yeah, anywho, where was I? Sometimes I get so busy talking to the chat, I kind of lose track of what it was that I was saying. But like I was saying, part of the conversation that we're going to be having today is addressing the economy, how it's affecting things. There are a lot of people that have been announcing shows, announcing tours. Salute, Patrick. Welcome to the Jaguar Wright effect. So yeah, there's been just a lot of people announcing shows, announcing tours. There's all kinds of stuff happening, or people trying to get stuff going. But they're not talking about how many shows are being canceled. And there are a good bit of shows that have been scheduled with people with credible names, great notoriety. And shows are being canceled because people aren't buying tickets. Now, whether they're not buying tickets because they're not interested, thanks, Patrick. Whether or not people are buying tickets because they're not interested or because they can't afford to. We gotta really just we gotta look a little bit closer at what's happening in the world. You think about 5 years ago this time, people couldn't go out anywhere. We were in the house. We became a streaming nation. I think, one of the big moments that people would have in their house was a versus battle was coming. Like, that's when that whole versus thing started getting real hot and started popping off. Like, virtual concerts. You had DJs like D Nice and Easy Moby. They were streaming, you know what I mean, doing sets at home. Things were a lot different. And salute to everybody that's here, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like. But I think now we really need to look at what's going on with entertainment. When you look at all of the lawsuits that are happening with Live Nation, the forced separation between Live Nation and Ticketmaster, you're hearing a lot of conversation about overpriced shows, alleged money laundering, like lots of stuff. Oh, salute. We got Set in the West in the building.
Indeed, indeed. How are you, Queen?
I'm doing well, King.
No, good conversation to start with when it comes to what you're saying about entertainment and the shift that's going on with entertainment.
It's a huge one.
It's whew. I don't think people understand, because the economy is changing.
Yeah. Has it changed, or has it just, I don't know. I don't know if we can call it a change. like this is like utter annihilation. Like it's
Yeah.
the economy. Let's just be honest. Have we even had that conversation? Like I did a live, one of my randos, and I was just talking to everybody, and I'm just like, is anyone discussing with their audience what the impact of the economy is doing to all of us right now?
I don't think people are talking about it, and you can't have your head stuck in the sand like a dodo bird. You know what I mean? Like, not right now.
Like it's just, it's kind of wild.
Hmm.
Ooh, thank you, words of wisdom. No, I'm let's let's just be honest. I think I was just saying it the other day. What $100 could get you
Mm-hmm.
a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever you were able to get for $100 last year, it'll cost you what? Like probably maybe like,
$225 maybe.
yeah, yeah. Like I think it was about maybe a year and a half ago. We were on travels, and yeah, it definitely had to have been more than a year and a half ago. It was before I quit smoking because my 1 year anniversary is
Mm-hmm.
coming. And wait a minute, my yacht is she up in here? She says, save, 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 spend less, folks. My yacht, what's going on, my yacht? Salute. She says, get you 3 items at CVS.
Mm. No cap.
Oh, for real. Like, one of our subscribers, I was having this conversation, 1, 2, 3, and they were saying that they're down to eating once a day now
Yeah.
because they have to conserve. And I mean, there's more than one way of looking at this. Like, some of us needed to make these changes. Some of us needed to tighten up. America has been a country that has promoted being frivolous and overspending, and but now it's like people are addicted to this lifestyle, and they're not really able to afford it anymore. But Hierophant says, yes, today's my son's prom, and I didn't go all out, just enough. Listen to me. Which is wild because, like, I'm thinking about T.I. and Tiny's son, Major. Like, they did his whole prom thing, and they had to have all of this, him coming out and the DJ and this big, spectacle, and announcing him coming out, and it was just weird.
Hmm.
And his date was like a foot and a half taller than him.
Hmm.
And, they're sitting there and they go through all of this, and then everybody's there, and it's just all of this just to watch them walk out and to get into a car to go to a party. Like, who is it that made the prom send-offs a big deal?
Well, you got to look at it like
What cultures really invest in that?
what you already know. Okay, the people who run societies, especially the societies in the United States, they know that black, well, or foundational black or African, or whatever you call us who have been here,
Mm-hmm.
we are a communal people.
Yeah.
I've been involved with like Asian families. They don't really do like what we do. When when there's a funeral, black folks, we always got a repast. And if you're not part of the culture, a repast is just basically where we would all come together, mourn, eat, and whatever, say whatever, meet, and then that's just what we do. We're communal people. So when you're dealing with proms, I think about my prom. Yeah, it was a we all met up, and beforehand, a little it's champagne party. That's what it is, right? That's a that's
I
a
guess
that's a
I
community.
didn't.
Well, yeah, that's
I didn't
you
do
didn't go to
any.
prom.
I didn't go to no prom.
Okay.
I didn't have a suitable prom date, and I didn't like young guys. So
Wow.
anybody who might have asked me to go to prom with them, I wasn't interested
Why you didn't like young guys?
because they were young. Because
But
they were
yeah,
young. Because they was nutty. Because they was goofy.
but yeah, what it is they know that we are a communal people, and that's what we do. We're gonna, have party. We're gonna have balloons. We're gonna have, food. We're gonna do it up. So yeah, it makes sense. Well, make money off of these people. Why do you think most poor immigrants come to this country, and where do they set up shop? They don't set up shop in the suburbs, or
Nope.
they set up shop in the
In the
ghetto,
hood.
black neighborhoods, because a lot of people in there don't have much, and when they do get something, what do? They got
They
to show
spend
that
it.
they got something. Yeah. So these other
Spend it.
these other these like the Vietnamese will come over here, set up a nail shop, mama son over there clean it up, and it ain't nothing but sisters come in there buying, hey mama son, hook up my feet, blah blah blah, this and that, and the Vietnamese lady be talking to the other Vietnamese lady like, oh Jake, and saying all kind of shit about your toes, and you don't even know that she talking about your feet like that. Yeah, and oh you won't cat eye, you want diamond on toe. That's what I told her. I didn't say your feet stink. I didn't say you got big monkey toe.
Lord have mercy.
I'm just saying.
Please
But
share
no,
all your trauma with us.
right. Well, anyway,
But yeah, that's the game. They go to neighborhoods and make their bones and come. That's how pretty much Leimert Park got bought up. Those Koreans that pretty much owned Slauson Swap Meet, they pretty much took their money, of course, invested in Koreatown, and then they bought up pieces of property in the Leimert Park area, and that got bought up. And also the LGBT, they bought up a bunch of the Leimert Park, and yeah, but they made their money over at the Slauson Swap Meet, 1st and 15th, ever since the 80s. They knew those were the big payday, big come up time.
Check days. When people got their government checks.
Yep.
In Philadelphia, they had it set up in days. So, like, if you were a number one or a number two or number three or number four, this is the day that you came to get your money. And then these group of people will come and get that.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
was, they had it running where people were coming up there all
Mm-hmm.
through the month,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's just the way the Commonwealth had it set up. So, when you think about that, like, the people that are on government assistance, how are they can't be doing that stuff now.
Oh no. Now
Yeah.
you really nah. Like it's tough because the price of everything has gone up. So
Right. What was that song? Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. Scream that all you want.
nah,
Ain't nobody cutting shit.
ain't nobody cutting nothing. They gonna cut you a
Matter of fact, you can keep cutting your eyes as you walk away with what you can't get. Like, that's just what it is. Like, what are we talking about now? Like, gas is out of control.
yeah.
It's out of control.
The price of even getting an oil change, because you guys understand motor oil is connected to crude oil, and there's a shortage because there are not a lot of ships. There used to be like 100 ships a day coming out of Strait of Hormuz. Now it's barely any. So we have a problem. So everything, gas is going up. If you got a car, get your oil change, because that's going to go up significantly.
Hmm.
There's so much stuff all connected to petroleum, the petrodollar.
And nobody really thinks about that. Dr. Jacko, everybody here? Oh, you're in Canada, Dr. Jacko.
Oh yeah, he's in Canada.
Okay.
$1.85 a liter. So a liter is what, less than a gallon?
I think so, yeah.
And $1.85 to y'all would be, because I think Canadian is a little bit more or is it a little bit less? I forget. I mean,
I don't
well,
know. I don't know what the value. Their value.
but Canada
Like-
has its own, like they have their own oil, and I think they do their own refinery. So
Yeah.
I think might be a little bit
They don't got our issues.
not at all.
So here we are. We're looking at that, and we're talking about this going up and that going up. The cost of food has gone up. Everything going up, little by little, going up. Like I remember, you used to be able to go to the store and you could get like a pack of smokes, something to drink, and a snack, and for like, if you put up a $10 bill, you get at least $3 or $4 back in change.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to do that now, if you put a $20 bill up, it might not be enough.
Nope. A burrito costs a meal, and this is just a burrito with the little burnt out ass beans and a rice and some salad, $20-something. I remember a burrito would cost $6, $7, $20.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I know them oxtail platters is probably out of control now.
Oh man.
That oxtail platter probably like $40 now.
I think the lady over at Gold Spoon, she's still keeping it around the same price. So shout out to her.
Well, it's killing her. And it's killing her.
But because she talked to us about that. Yeah, she talked about the price, how she has to. Yeah, she's gonna have to go up.
Yeah, but that was a year and a half ago.
I know she's gonna have to. She kept her prices the same. She's gonna have to go up.
Mm-hmm. Not if she wants to stay in business. She's gonna have to put their price up. And it's crazy because there's so many restaurants like that where people just rely on getting great food, good meal for a reasonable price. It's so if that's what's happening just with our day-to-day survival things, like the things that are a necessity in life, what does people expect is going to happen with the fun stuff?
Well, we already know what's gonna happen with the fun stuff. Like
there was something that you were saying about what was it? You were talking about how the flights and fuel were going to affect touring in some way. What were you saying?
Yeah, I can get into that. In fact, hold on. For whatever reason, this didn't come up the way I thought it would, but yeah, the flight, the jet fuel, the cost of jet fuel will be going up. So everybody knows that Spirit Airlines, they're done. They're done. They were expecting a government bailout. They're done. So there are no more what do you call it, economy flights, pretty much. I mean, you got Frontier, but that's it's not like Spirit. But everywhere else, the price of everything as far as flights are going to go up. And then who is that going to affect? That's going to affect the consumers and people who are interested in, or if they're in the entertainment industry. And, you got a band, you got people got to fly out to certain places to get things going as far as, tours, right? It's going to affect their bottom line. And that's what's been happening. The bottom line for a lot of these performers have been affected. Case in point, here we have Chrisette Michele. Chrisette Michele is, you guys know who Chrisette Michele is, right? I mean, how long has Chrisette Michele been around? Like, as far as, just in entertainment.
Chrisette Michele is. Chrisette Michele was, the young ingenue that came up just right behind me, behind my era. And a lot of people remember her from doing a hook for Jay-Z and then doing a hook for Nas. And then she went on to, putting out some really, I would have to say there's some pretty classic records.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lovely voice, and then things kind of just went sideways with her. She
Mm-hmm.
got involved with some really interesting people, and yeah, I don't know what happened. By the time she made it to R&B Divas LA, she was just full on cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And then she sang at the first Trump inauguration, and the entire black community said, "Yeah, we good on you."
Hmm.
That was that.
Hmm.
And her
Hmm.
career hasn't been the same since.
Yeah,
Hasn't been the same.
and she's been struggling, and she seems to have been making a comeback because this situation here with the grounding room only
Mm-hmm.
right here. Okay,
Yeah.
she's pretty much been doing her own thing with her own touring. This whole grounding room only tour.
Yeah.
This is Chrisette Michelle's current tour, but 3 dates have been officially canceled. One for today, May 29th, in Detroit at the Shelter, canceled. This one here that we have right here on the 31st, Philadelphia, the Foundry, canceled. And then she has one June 6th, Las Vegas, B-Sides at the House of Blues, canceled. So these are her current tour dates. So she's pretty much just going to be on a little bit of a hiatus, but she has Richmond, Houston, Dallas, and Mobile, Alabama. Those dates are still scheduled. And it seems like you can just like drive to those locations. You see what I'm saying? Like Richmond, Virginia, you can push down to Mobile and, then get over to Houston and Dallas. Those are within driving range, if you ask me. But
Not only
Detroit,
that, the cost of petrol is a lot cheaper in the South than it is in the North.
Yeah.
Things aren't as expensive, so people might have a little bit of extra money to give, but who knows what's going to happen, because the truth is things are changing every day. But I just remember once upon a time, pre-sold tickets, you could pretty much guarantee that pre-sold tickets were going to carry a good bit of, this or that, especially if it's, being promoted, especially if your promoters are hustling. And now it's not like that anymore. I mean, a lot of these concerts, they're not selling out or selling up until like the day before. Like people have to gather their money, gather their coins, and All
I
right,
don't know how. Go ahead. What do you say?
I was just saying, Sherry. I was just talking to Sherry and just
Oh,
thinking
okay.
people
Yeah. I
show
saw that. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. So there haven't been there was no public statement from Chrisette Michelle or her team saying anything about these specific dates being canceled. There's just speculation. So people, could possibly be the tour restructuring, the low advance ticket sales in certain markets.
Yeah.
You figure she would get a lot of love though in Detroit and in Vegas and in Philly.
No.
But
Probably can't afford it. Cost of living. Cost of living.
Could be the promoter, could be the venue, could be a personal issue, management issue. We don't know, but I'm going to say it like this. I'm putting it all on the economy right now. I don't think a lot of people were expecting this thing to go on with Iran and the oil and all that to go on for this long. So things have to be changed around. So not only because Chrisette Michelle isn't the only one that has had issues with live music, touring. There's a larger problem when it comes to this music business right now, when it comes to how they got everything set up. But we could discuss that later. Higher ticket pricing.
A lot higher ticket pricing. And
yeah,
we might be quick to say, or some people might say, oh, well, it's just that genre. Because a lot of people are saying that some of these, nostalgia acts are they're no longer being considered as
Mm-hmm.
viable entertainment. People are interested in going to see them. This isn't just happening to Chrisette Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
There's something with the Pussycat Dolls, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They tried to come forward with a, you know, offer their tickets and their tour to the world, and what's happening with that?
No sales, nothing. Nobody, no one's interested. Pussycat Dolls, and who's the other one? Megan Trainor.
Hmm.
Megan Trainor. Yeah, no traction. No one's interested in her. Yeah. They've had their tours either canceled or just reductions with the whole touring. So like certain
Yeah.
artists are not gonna, be involved. So I guess the question, they're saying, just when it comes to R&B, because on the backside of it, we got this tour here, the Say Yes tour, which we'll talk about. That's Floetry, Raheem Devine, Teacher Moses. They announced this back in February. I told you about that, Jack. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, very interesting. I mean, the question I was going to ask is like, legacy R&B artists, are they being priced out of the touring market? But when you look at this tour here, there's been no slowdown or anything with Floetry, Raheem Devine, or in a Teacher Moses Say Yes tour. Nothing. Everything's been good.
Been steady, and they've actually added dates, haven't they?
I believe so.
So it has nothing to do with the genre. This isn't, a specific genre thing, because I think you said something about, what was it, French Montana?
Oh yeah, French Montana and Max B. They have a show this weekend and today, in fact, and it got canceled.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that as well, giving away tickets. They're doing a lot of ticket giveaways in a
Yeah.
lot of places, and people aren't representing that just to fill the rooms up. So, like, who knows? Oh, I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't been keeping up with the Boys to Men, or actually
Boys-
even the Boys
Boys
for
for
Life
Life?
tour.
Yeah.
Is that still going?
Apparently, I don't know.
I know they were, like, when they first started performing, like, because Bow Wow was on that tour.
Yeah.
Did you see some of his performances?
I think I did, and it was some secondhand embarrassment.
It was.
It's-
Wait a minute. Did you see the skit that Lou Young did?
Nuh-uh.
Lou Young did a skit of Bow Wow because he had this chain link fence prop that he had set up on the stage, and he would sit there and he'd be shaking and then kick the gate open and then come out his little self, and
Yeah.
and then doing the diddy bop dance, doing his diddy do I bop, and playing with his shoulders. So Lou Young did this whole thing because apparently at one of the performances, when he was trying to get out, he tried to kick the gate, but the gate wouldn't open.
Wow.
And then he finally got the gate to open, but he didn't move fast enough, so it slammed on him a little bit.
Wow.
I just wait a minute. Hold on, my yacht says Ray J said he was mad because he wasn't even invited. Well, I mean, did they need him? They had enough victims on stage. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I mean, I'm surprised he would have time to it. Wasn't he training for his fight? So
Well, we'll get into that later, but yeah.
into that later.
Yeah, but
Seriously, just
these tours are like, I guess it's gonna be a hit or miss because it just depends on
gonna see.
who people are. Yeah, and shout out to I was looking at Tone Talks. He was talking about the fact that all this is tied to the Telecommunication Acts of 1996. when that happened, Clinton pushed that through, and Congress pushed it through, of course. And you were kind of like locked in. Artists were locked in. Think about this: back in the day, you were only able to buy 3 radio stations, but they eliminated that. So now that's why we got all these big radio stations going on right now, and everybody who was pretty much tied into that whole little situation. Like, think about the time, 96. We had Puffy. We had, in the Bad Boys situation, we had, Jay-Z too. He's just coming out or whatever. And the artists at the time, think about it. And Genuine too, Genuine. These are the artists that are being pushed and promoted right now. You got to think about what I'm talking about when I say the Telecommunications Act, 1996. We are 30 years out from that. These artists are still out there trying to do what they need to do when they should be retiring. Like the Genuine, remember the Genuine situation, just secondhand embarrassment, just like how you talked about Bow Wow, right? And
are you talking about when he went to go make his move and his ankles put on him and he fell off stage?
Was that him who did that? Because I remember Lloyd falling off. Okay, he fell off stage. Lloyd fell on stage. But anyway, it's think about it. Think about this though. In 1996, think about it. What's 30 years prior to 96? We're talking about 1966.
Yeah.
Were we listening to
Brown touring?
Were we? But were young kids our age listening to James Brown and the OJs, and were we listening to that? No, we were really. That was our parents' time.
No.
Right?
Well, the thing is back in that day, the radio was a family event. The radio got turned on at the house and everyone was listening. So we might have not been actively going to turn it on, but I can tell you on the East Coast, we were all listening.
Well, I'm going to tell you on the West how we did it, because how you think I know about was this Rainy Night in Georgia? One of the OGs used to play that. And I was like, this song is kind of nice. I like it. It was an old ass song, but it was like, okay, we could dig that. So, the old folks had vinyl. They will play their favorites. So of course we're listening like, oh, okay, this is kind of nice. But guess what? We were still listening to De La Soul, Eazy-E, all Dr. Dre. Like, we were listening to our stuff, but then we had our ear, of course, to the older stuff. But we were not going. You were not going to catch me in 96 to go to a James Brown concert. Were you going to go see?
No. Well, see, that's the thing. You're talking about concerts. If you're talking about concerts, if that's what you mean, then no. Of course, we were going to see our stuff. We were interested in being around the energy of our time and trying to, go to the hot rap show or go to a New Edition concert,
right?
Or Belle Biv DeVoe or whatever.
Right.
Like all of those records. And then let's not forget about, just the whole Uncle Luke's of it all. And
oh, damn.
Seriously, they were everywhere. That was that era. The people who stayed on the road, that's part of the reason why the Roots became what they became, because they lived on the road.
Yeah.
They didn't off the road.
Yeah.
When I met them, they were working, hoping to not have to be on the road so much, but we was on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And just picking up whatever tour we possibly could. And then you had the big acts, you had your Backstreet Boys and you had your NSYNCs. And, when you think about 30 years ago, the people who were touring, the touring game was a whole lot different than it is now, if you ask me.
Yeah, of course. And it's tied to local radio. It's tied to MTV. It's tied to BET, all that. Like if someone blew up on any platform, radio or video, whatever, they're likely to be on someone's tour, and they will. They'll sell out, or somebody will go want to see them. Oh, damn. Oh, this is we're going to go check them out. But what I'm saying is, nowadays, kids are not trying to go see Anthony Hamilton, Genuine, like that. I mean, of course, the aunties and the grandpas and the grandmas may go see, but the kids are not. So why do we have this setup with these older artists who they've been around for 30 years and they're still out here, like they got to still tour. They got to make their money this way because, you know, they can't really make money selling, and streaming stuff is a joke. You know what I'm saying? So you got, and no disrespect.
Gotta be on the road. No, but you gotta be on the road.
Yeah.
Mayat also brought up something interesting too. While we're sitting here talking about it, we're not even thinking about all of those great rock and roll acts that were touring.
Oh,
I mean, the rock and roll acts were going. And the question is when was the last time you heard about a great rock and roll tour being promoted?
well, I have a whole different analysis on that, because rap, hip hop was so dominant and prominent. They didn't need rock and roll like how they needed it in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
Because rock and roll, well, I mean, number one, black folks did invent rock and roll, you know, and we just kind of abandoned it. That's real talk. And when hip hop was invented, and you know, the mainstream decided they're gonna push that, then that was the thing, and it got the youth. It got captured the minds of the youth, and the youth were just in it, and then it was just kind of rock and roll just kind of, you know, fade off to, you know, the pop, whatever, whoop, but it's really not rock and roll acts like how there were back then. Even when we talk about the grunge era, Pearl Jam,
Man.
Nirvana, yeah, like they're not. It's not
Pearl
really pop
Jam,
like that.
Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah. Even Soundgarden.
Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Just
they're not. It's not really like that no more. So look, what I'm saying though is, it's a rigged situation. You got these artists who have been locked in with these with radio and labels, record labels, and you know, television as well, where it's a rigged situation where they got to get out there and tour. And like where are the new acts? Where's the new situation like that? You know, I even think
what happened to the Foo Fighters? Like, I think they put out a record like 2 years ago. They were on Saturday Night Live, and
I mean,
that just kind of
they just, you know, I mean, and Beck is still good. Like, you got a lot of good, but what I'm saying though is like, who's being promoted when it comes to R&B and, you know, newer R&B. I'm really not seeing too many new acts. The Floor Tree, Raheem Devine, and who was that? Tidra Moses.
Yeah, that's a good ticket.
Yeah, I would probably go check that out. You know, of course, Floor Tree is reuniting. That's a thing. Raheem Devine, I mean, nice. Been listening to him for a minute, but they have their own loyal artists, loyal independent audience,
fan base. Yeah. Well, not only that, people have been waiting for years to see some of these people again. You know, this is my era. Like the neo soul era, it has its nostalgia, but the question is this going to be sustainable? Because the truth is, this tour came out at the top of this year. They got out here early.
Yeah.
This tour was announced and tickets were already being available for pre-sale before the Iran war kicked off.
Yep.
That war is going to change a lot, because like you're sitting here talking about jet fuel, for those who rely on flights to be moving people around, this is not going to be sustainable for touring. For someone who lived as a touring artist, I can tell you exactly how expensive this is. It's hella expensive. Very, very, very expensive. And if flying isn't an option, the next option that you have after that is tour buses. With the cost of fuel now, you'll spend all of your money. You won't even be able to get hotel rooms. Salute to Dwelle. I don't even know if he still performs anymore. But man, I haven't even heard about him doing a show in quite some time. We used to tour together. We were always on the same ticket, especially overseas together. So it's yeah, I don't know. I think the
Hmm.
economy is going to let us know what's it all hitting for real, for real.
Yeah.
And like you
Yeah.
said, this is not a genre thing. It's not a genre thing, not at all. Because French Montana had to cancel concerts too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so we're talking rap. It's just, yeah.
Entertainment. I'm Oh, speaking of entertainment, they said that movie Obsession. Normally they put movies in the theater, and the first week it does big, second week kind of tapers off. Oh, they saying Obsession is just growing, and I'm like, yeah, that movie. People are every week. Everybody's like, oh, we gotta go check that out. So, movies is a such different situation. Even though a movie could be damn near the price of a concert goer's ticket, but
Huh.
I digress.
Wait a minute. Somebody's talking about the Usher Chris show. What is it saying? They are performing at the MetLife Stadium after. Okay. I'm not sure who is performing after
Unless we
Chris
talking about
Brown and
the floor tree, maybe.
the Floetry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
we'll see
curious how that's
that's
gonna.
gonna play out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that. How is that gonna? Yeah. I
four
mean,
$100 for tickets. Like that's
wait, $400 to see Usher and the
and
R and
Chris.
B,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
R
the
and B,
R&B tour. It's
the
four
R
hundred
and B
dollars
tour. I guess they call it the R and B tour for Raymond and
and
Brown,
Brown. Yeah,
but I'm gonna call it for rabies and bumps. Or
you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I can't. Oh, you mean Guns N' Roses? Oh, Guns N'
oh,
Roses.
Guns
is
N'
performing.
Roses. Nice.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
That's
That's
dope.
you want to know what though? And I'm not being shady. I saw some live clips of mm,
Guns N' Roses.
somebody said the Rashes tour.
Oh yeah, rashes and bumps, rashes and beatdowns. How about that?
You know what? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's too much.
Look at you. Look at you.
That's
Look at
too
you.
much.
Look at you.
That's
Look
too
at you.
much.
You're selective with your who you put the paws on, huh?
I'm not
I-
selective.
I'm a can man. Anybody can get it.
I'm not selective. I'm just saying I don't want to perpetuate something that should have long since died out. When you got all of these other
That-
people out there doing all of this other crazy stuff,
That
and
dish is
and
funny.
it's just like, yeah. And Chris Brown went to the moon, and he came back with the cure for cancer, and he took it to the hospital that Michael Jackson used to go to, and he cured all the kids, and then he taught them how to moonwalk. And at the end of that, he gave every last one of them a Bentley. And somebody's like, well, he ought to had the way he beat on Rihanna. Like,
Right.
it just, it's never
it's not
ending.
fair. It's not fair, but
It's not about
if
it
we
not
don't-
being fair. It's
if-
beyond not fair.
if I can say what I can say about, I was just thinking about Usher when what's her name mama, who was that? What's the name mama was like, well, he gay. Remember?
Keke Palmer's mom.
Yeah, I would have been like, wait, hold on. First off, I'd have been like, go to my OnlyFans.
Not the
I
pumps
would've-
and the bumps.
Pumps. Wow.
That
Pumps
was
and the
a-
Bumps tour.
That was a record, wasn't it?
That was MC Hammer. Yeah, Pumps and
Yeah,
the Bumps.
pumps and the bumps.
I say rashes and the beats. Rashes and beats.
Lord have mercy. I can't with you.
Well, I did see Usher when he was in his residency in Vegas, and Chris Brown did come out, and it was good. If they're gonna be like that, that's definitely something we should go check out for sure. Like I wouldn't, I would say let's go check it out because it was a good show. I'm not hating on either one of them. I support both of them, to be honest.
Usher's okay. Usher's okay. You gotta understand. I grew up looking at Usher, so I remember when he first came out, and I remember what the promise of him was supposed to be.
You remember what? Just Call Me a Mac. That's the first song, that Call Me a Mac.
I think I am
Yeah. That song. Yep. That was the shit.
Don't make me lose my mind. Like, I remember that.
That was
I
the
know
shit.
most of the producers that work with him, and just looking at him and his choreography, and like it's just.
I mean,
And I
he
started
he was
realizing, no, but I started looking at him, and I was like, he ain't everything that they trying to sell him out to be. And the truth is, he can barely, in my opinion, if Justin Timberlake, the old Justin Timberlake, can dance as good as you, there's a
uh
problem.
damn.
Mm.
Well,
There's a problem.
Usher, when he was doing his residency, he was giving um Marvin Gaye. Like it was not like an old Marvin Gaye. I'm talking about just, like to me, he was giving like, yeah, they said it was a good show. I'm not hating on Usher. He gives a good show in my opinion. Now,
I'm not
that
saying
whole
it's a bad show. I'm
that
saying that
whole
he's not everything that they try to pump him up to
yeah,
be.
I got you.
Doesn't give everything that they promise. When it comes to Chris Brown, they don't have to promise you anything. He's going to give you everything, and he's on from the second that he gets off stage to the second that he gets off stage. And just when it comes to Usher, it's just like he's done a good job coasting into this adult figure, but he knows that he ain't everything. Like that's the thing that
He knows it. Damn.
no, it's just no. But my thing is it's like Alicia Keys.
Oh damn.
Uh-oh.
Alicia
Oh, you
Keys,
want to?
who,
Alicia
like,
Keys got something
who,
going on right now.
she's not everything that they promise, and she buys into her own hype. Like when she gets out on stage, "Yeah!" like no,
New York.
let's not act like, come on, let's not act like it. Let's not act
See,
like it's everything.
cut the cap, right?
But then again, do you remember when she came out for the Super Bowl that Usher did, and she came out sounding bad as shit? That remember it was Usher's Super Bowl. She came out with the red piano that looked like a big old tongue, and she said, "Yeah."
That note, she did not hit that note. That's
It
what she
was
didn't do.
awful. It was
Mm-mm.
awful. Wait a minute.
Mm-mm.
It says, Odell, you mentioned movies coming out. You have to watch the trailer
The
for the.
Minions.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. It
It's a-
just. It was just.
Mm-mm.
It was just terrible. It was, yeah. If I ain't got like, yeah, like it was just like no.
She has something right now. Not that we got to promote her, but Hell's Kitchen is they're doing something in LA with her. Hell's Kitchen, something I don't know.
Mm,
Mm-mm.
I don't. We don't really rock with.
I'll
We don't
pass.
rock with her like that anyway. Yeah.
I'll pass. I'm still waiting to see what's actually
So,
going on with everything. Oh, hold on a second. We actually got the lovely Grace in the building. Hey,
Yeah.
Grace.
Grace is here.
so Bunna guys, I was just listening the whole time. Like, hope everybody's doing well. I was
What were you,
actually paying attention to. Mm-hmm.
no, you were saying?
No, I was just paying attention to when you guys were talking about how what's going on with the performances and stuff, how people aren't showing up, and it's not really a genre thing; it's a across the board thing. And I was just sitting here like listening to how who all is on tour right now, and I was like, yeah, y'all telling the truth. Like, I wouldn't pay to see nobody who's out right now. Why? For what? For what? And it's interesting just kind of to look at because it's like you guys said, when y'all were teenagers, it was all about the energy of who all is out at that time. And these young people, aren't they listening to a lot of the drill music? Chris Brown, I know that they'll go pay to go see, but as far as seeing Usher, don't nobody want to see that. As far as like Genuine, don't nobody want to see that. Like, they're not going to make. And honestly, it's just kind of showing me the state of things in this world. Because now I'm curious, like, why don't y'all just put out the people that the young people like? Like, I think Cardi B, is she on tour? Because the young people listen to
No,
Cardi.
that tour
She
is
not on
ended.
tour?
No, the tour that tour ended. She's talking about doing another
Okay.
leg. Um,
Hmm.
but right now I'm looking at the way they're staggering acts out, and it's like they're trying to see where they can get money from, where they can draw money from, who they can get to turn the money faucet back on. Wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute, there is a comment that I just wanted to address real quick. And someone said the issue with Chris Brown is that, yeah, I get it. His situation with Rihanna was long ago, while ago. But what does this say? I'm sorry, I got to get my glasses together. But he clearly wasn't apologetic for his violent behavior because he perpetuated the same behaviors with others. Like others, like who? See, that's the issue that I have. If that's the case, then why don't they bring any of those other people up? It's just Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
It's constantly just Rihanna. Rihanna, Rihanna, Rihanna. Well, if he's just as terrible, and let's just be honest, when you talk about people like, let's say for instance Jodeci. I don't know how many years it was public knowledge that Casey used to beat the crap out of Mary J. Blige. They would get high, they would fist fight. It was terrible. People talked about it. The fights that they had, the stuff that was going on, it was terrible. Do you hear anybody throwing it up in Casey's face or talking about what they won't do? Like, we have to stop being so selective because there's a lot of people that have the same history. And guess what? He
Hmm.
perpetuated his stuff with a lot of other people too. So why is it Mary talks of it? Got it. But you don't hear anybody shaming him with it. And Mary J. Blige was kind of like the Rihanna of our generation. You know what I mean? So it's just, you have to ask yourself, when, why? When there's so many other people that are doing it. Like, you can't just take the issues of a culture and blame it on one person. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it all. So, not trying to say that you don't have the right to feel the way that you feel. Listen to me. Dr. Dre, Chris Brown ain't got nothing on Dre.
Oh no.
He ain't
Oh
got
no.
that part. Like, there's a
Oh
lot of
no.
it. There's more than enough blame that can be spread around in multiple places.
Oh no.
And that part. And once again, I've shared with people what was told to me by people who are close to the situation, what happened in that car, why it happened, and who was behind it. So yeah, you said Casey's not getting the same celebration as Chris Brown. Maybe not right now, but in younger years, oh yeah. Please, for a while there, you couldn't go without hearing about the Haley boys, Casey and JoJo. All my life, baby, baby. You couldn't go without hearing about them. Am I wrong? And there was all kinds of stuff involved. So, hey, what's going on, Mary? So, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up and just make it seem like I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody. I just hate to see one person constantly being maligned for one thing. Like, I'm sitting here in the world after everyone saw the Cassie tape with Diddy working the brakes off of that girl, butt naked in a towel. And people are making excuses for it and apologizing in a way for him, and he's still in jail. You know? So it's like, when do we start getting real about this? About the bias that we have and how we're pushing certain narratives or allowing certain narratives to have a louder voice and not creating the same echo chamber when it comes to other things.
You know,
So, but I don't know. What do you y'all chime in?
I really don't like the way they always, just because Chris Brown is the one that was mentioned. I really don't like how they just keep doing that. Like they continue to label, they don't even label him a woman beater. They label him the Rihanna beater.
Exactly.
And it's like, why are y'all doing that to that man? There has to be a reason why. Because the whole world knows that even Rihanna forgave him. The whole world knows that he and Rihanna still have a decent rapport. I believe that there have been multiple times where they're just in the same place. It's all smiles and it's all love. Like, what are we doing out here? Why is everyone still with the mind frame that this man is just a problem because he put his hands on one person?
Well, no, no, because he's had altercations. He's been aggressive
No,
with other
I
people,
know that, and that's what
and
I'm saying. Like that's
and I
why.
don't I don't want
Mhm.
to I don't want to make it seem like we're just glossing over that or we're not
Oh no,
acknowledging that. What I'm
oh no,
saying
no, no.
is
Like, I'm
when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, there's just a lot more to certain situations than we give, you know, acknowledgement to. But it allows for
oh no,
people
and
to be
that's
able to
my
see their
thing. Like,
biases. I'm not speaking to you. I'm actually speaking to somebody who I was talking with. I was just addressing this within the chat, and we're just gonna let
oh
that go.
no,
But go ahead.
no, but you are correct. Like that's actually what it was getting into. Like they just keep. That's what I'm saying. They don't label him as anything else except for the person that put hands on Rihanna, and I believe that there's a reason why that narrative is continuing to be like he's never a redeemed man. He's never he he corrected his mistakes. He's never is the man on some type of journey where he has learned from nothing. Like, why is that the narrative that is continued to be fed to everybody? And when I ask myself that, I would just return the question to people and be like, well, why are y'all allowing this to be programmed within you, to see people in
Well,
this way,
well, this
to
is the thing.
process the world in this way?
We can talk about that, but this isn't the first time we've seen, the business do this to a black man, or just do this to a
Hmm.
man. Period. We can talk
Hmm.
about Ike Turner. Ike Turner is and forever will be one of the most famous women beaters in the world. And guess what? He Look at what he did to Tina. Look at what he did to Tina. It's the same situation.
Hmm.
Am I wrong, Odell? Like the Ike Turner situation, it's the same situation. Everyone knows him
Hmm.
for, oh, look at what he did to Tina. Look at what he did
Yeah.
to Tina. What
I
he did.
mean, yeah, they both beat on each other from what I heard. So that's just I know people that are in it that been in the music industry. I told you my OG used to be somebody who managed James Brown. And yeah, they both used to beat on each other. So
No, well, I'm not saying that he didn't beat on him. He didn't beat on her. I'm not saying that he didn't beat on everybody. I'm saying that the way he was framed to look, it made him look like he
Hmm.
was this out of control monster. And there are many people that have said that there was a lot more layers to that story, and that even Tina Turner disagreed with the way that he was framed in that film, which is part of the reason why she didn't engage with it. Like I watched the whole documentary. I couldn't listen to me that eat the cake anime. Exactly. Exactly. And it was just like she was like, and it was funny because if you remember after the movie came out and and everybody was like, "Oh my god, poor Tina, poor Tina. Oh, look at her. She's so strong. She's so this, she's so that." She used to say in interviews, "I'm sick and tired of talking about this. I don't want to talk about it." Actually, okay, so this is the thing, Yvonne. He did go along with the narrative for the money, but it's not it's a little trickier than that.
Yeah,
They
like
had come to
the
him.
money is more so of the machine.
Well, no, there's an actual story to explain it. When they came to him and they offered him the money for the rights to use him and his likeness or whatever and stories about him in the film. And they said they put in a an addendum in the agreement when he signed to get the money that he could not legally contest, sue, or have a problem with whatever they chose to do with the direction of the film. This was before they even filmed one scene. This was before the script was even finished being written. So he took the money. He didn't know what they was going to do. He had already taken the money he gave them. So then they came and did their thing. And he got stuck with it. So there's always a lot more to these situations, I think, than we and I'm not saying that Ike Turner wasn't a motherfucker. I'm saying that when we start having corporate entities come in and framing people a certain way, and part of the reason why I'm even acknowledging this is because what they're doing to Michael Jackson right now. The Michael Jackson film is out. It's reminding people of all of the great and wonderful things about him. And now what? What's happening? Boom. Netflix is about to release this thing called Michael Jackson, The Verdict, and go over all of these allegations that he was found, innocent of in the end, all of these years later. Like they're bringing up stuff literally from 33 years ago. So I mean, Odell, as the man in this conversation, like there's a vested interest for these corporate entities, in my opinion, to label certain figures, especially when it comes to black men, a certain way in the public eye.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you gotta. The easiest thing to do is to demonize a black man because black men are not deemed valuable in this country unless you're doing the bidding of massa, i.e., Barack Obama, i.e., Colin Powell. So you're not gonna see anything negative about Barack Obama, even though he deported a lot more immigrants than Trump did. Let's just keep it a buck. You're not going to see anything negative about Colin Powell because, he was the greatest, general, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, you're gonna have the just as a whole, you got to demonize black men in general, but then there are your exceptions, like you said, Kevin Hart, like he's but I think he's gonna go through it because now he's not tied to a lot of his deals, or something's gonna happen. I just that's what I think. Man, I'm not wishing it on him. I'm just saying the system will set you up for a failure quicker than they'll set you up for success if you're a black man.
And let's look at it. Ike Turner, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, all of them have turned out and created some great amount of wealth and money around their works and their entities and things that they did. So yeah, thank you for putting that up there, Curdy, especially a black man who turned almost everything into gold. Yeah. So it's like a lot of people we have to be careful with the history we allow to be pushed onto our minds and what we regurgitate, because they create these echo chambers that make it possible to just like really destroy people's legacies without a proper look at all of the details that are there, to support who they actually were. But yeah, so anyway, I guess it's time to maybe move. Yeah, Kobe Bryant is another one. Kobe Bryant is another one. And that's tricky because I didn't particularly care for Kobe. I thought he was stuck up. I thought he was a spoiled ass brat. I thought he did too much sometimes. But as I got older, I grew to appreciate what he meant to the culture, what he meant for our generation, the representation of what he was for Gen X. And yeah, cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. But anyway, what do we have next on the docket? Enough of that.
I'm sorry, y'all were getting into y'all a little whatever. I'm sitting over here finding chops. Y'all already know I'm on my creativity.
A
And
mess.
yeah, no. I literally was sitting here. I heard something in my head, and I said, "Okay, let me play with this." But I'll reveal it later. I'll be chopping up samples and just trying to just be creative. It's always good to just be creative. I'll just say it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
But who we have next on the docket though, y'all? I don't know. Well, I guess let's just do this.
Because we have a couple of serious conversations to get into today.
I want y'all to get in on this guy here. Let me just go ahead and pull him up so that we could get started on this situation. Rayford.
Oh, Rayford.
Mm-mm-mm.
So everyone knows what happened with this whole situation with Ray J. And if you don't know, let's catch you up. So Ray J was, doing this little fight with what's the name of that company that Aiden Ross
It's called
is?
Brand Risk.
Brand Risk.
What a name.
And he turned out to be the Brand Risk, right? Rain
Ooh.
Bet and Brand Risk. There we go. So there was a fight. I'm just gonna set it up because I want you to just take it to the next level, Jack. Because I like your analysis on a lot of things that when we pick a story and you really go in on, sometimes I'll say, hey, you'll pull it back, but no, you're on point with everything that you are um assessing with this situation because of all the players that are involved. And I'll just set it up like this. Everyone knows that Super Hot Fire, who's the guy in the blue trunks, Ray J, the guy in the black trunks, he got knocked out by this, is a pretty novice fighter. And at the end of the fight, Ray J was like, "Hey, we had a deal," implying like you were not going to win this. I'm supposed to win this. Super Hot Fire, the guy in the blue trunks, did not throw a single punch in the first round, right? Is that what happened?
Not one. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So at the end of the fight, when Ray J lost, he essentially said some things that were, I would say, incriminating. And now we're at the point to where, Ray J checked himself into a hospital. And Aiden Ross is looking at investigating this whole situation. It's supposed to be some gang member type of situation involved. Super Hot Fire left Vegas, went straight to LA. He didn't go to his suite. It's a whole it's a mess right now. Go ahead. I want you to continue.
Well, let's tee it on a whole nother level. You have a multi-layered situation to this cluster screw that they got going on right now. And I'm looking at all of the mouthpieces that are involved in the situation. On one angle, you have Ray J and his manager, Whack 100, selling a narrative. Mind you, of all the people that are talking, has anybody heard a word from Super Hot Fire? Has he said anything since the fight? Has anybody heard anything? I was just thinking about that. Everyone's talking. Ray J is in the hospital in a bed. He's got his people up there. But has Super Hot Fire said anything? Has anyone seen him at all? He's dead ass quiet, which, in my opinion, is quite telling. You got Whack 100 going to bloggers like academics, like creating a whole story. I sent you this, and I did this. Didn't I say this? Didn't I say it was this? Then you got Poetic Flacco and Academic, both pretty much kind of low key advocating on behalf of Aiden Ross. And Aiden Ross, doesn't he have ties to No Jumper?
I believe so. I do. I believe so.
which is interesting because you wouldn't think that this would be going on the way it's going on, considering of Whack 100's connection to No Jumper. Like this should have just been an easy situation. Like these are all people who's, one hand washes the other. They all do business together. So how do we get to the point where Whack 100 and Ray J are pretty much low key trying to destroy Aiden Ross's brand risk company, like completely, like accusing him of staging fights, and not only that, putting in fighters that aren't well enough to fight. So let's start with problem number one. Ray J loses the fight, says this whole business, oh yeah, we were supposed to make big money. It starts to create a stir, and then instantly he has to go and check himself into the hospital. Then the blogs start hitting. I think I saw it on Ticket TV. I think I saw it on Murad Morelli, like, larger content creators that are kicking up stuff, kicking up dust, keeping things churning through the algorithm. Ray J is in the hospital because of injuries sustained from the fight. Now, just a couple of months ago, he's dying. His heart is only pumping out about 2 ounces of blood every 12 hours. Like he's not supposed to be doing, if that's the truth, he shouldn't be doing activities like this. Not at all, not in any way. Matter of fact, I'm trying to understand how he was able to make it through the training that he did with Rampage, that he filmed and put on social media. That's not making any sense at all. So now they're saying, Whack 100 and Ray J, that Aiden Ross knew that Ray J was sick and had his doctors lie so that he could get cleared to do the fight, and now his life is in jeopardy because of it. I just want to double check. Are we all there? Are we all following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay. I hope everybody else is following what I'm saying. Hold on, wait a minute. G is sitting here saying, I'm just trying to understand how he was cleared to fight when a couple months ago he was talking about his heart issues. And yeah, 25% capacity. Exactly. Even his mama came out and said, oh, he's sick, and keep him in your prayers, whatever the case may be. Let's just be honest. There's no way that he could have been cleared for a fight if that were true. Aiden Ross is maintaining and holding to the fact that he did clear, which means only one thing, that whole story about his heart was absolute and utter bullshit. Like we all said, and we all believed. He played sick to get attention. Everyone remembers, like, not long after that, he was right on stage after he said that he was dying. He did a whole show and then got on the show and sat there and put stage makeup to make it look like he was bleeding from his eyes. Like, all of us saw all of this. But now they're using this as an excuse for why he's in the hospital, and they're also using it as a way to attack Aiden Ross's brand, saying that he cheated and put a sick man in the ring to potentially lose his life for views and money. You got Ray J now in the hospital, on social media, being filmed, lifting up his shirt and showing people all of the vital monitors, like there's something really wrong with him. Talking about, oh, Aiden, they don't care about anybody over there. They're terrible people. They just want the money. They shouldn't have let me do this. You got his manager sitting over there with Academic, who streams to what? Like, Ack has a ridiculous amount of people in his audience. We're talking at least 1 million, right?
Mhm.
Like, he's hitting up at least 1 million people. You got whack on the phone. I thought it was a joke. I didn't know they was really gonna be fighting. I thought they was just trolling for the internet. There's no way I would have let this happen. I had no idea this was going on. How?
Hmm.
It was everywhere on social media. And he didn't know that it was real. You're his manager. You're telling me he signed contracts because I guarantee you this fight was not done on a handshake between him and Aiden. You didn't know about the fight and you didn't know that the fight was real, but Chris Brown was there? Like, come on, whack. Meanwhile, he's sitting there saying on the phone with academic, did you see the text message that I sent Aiden? Didn't I show it to you? If I had have known, there's no way that would have happened. Oh, man, they put him on there, and there's no way he had just had a minor heart attack. So now Ray J just had a minor heart attack right before this fight as well. There's no way he could have been cleared to do that fight if any of this were true and any of this were real. So that's the first layer. Because what they're trying to push Aiden Ross to lose his brand risk company, and his brain bet, because all of this stuff is being registered with the federal government so you can do legal bets. Now, this puts Aiden Ross in a bad situation because Aiden Ross now has to explain the fight was not rigged. We did not rig this fight. This didn't happen. Like, he was so upset, he almost accidentally said the word nigga when he was talking about Ray J. he said Ray J got knocked out. Super Hot Fire knocked Ray J out. The fight wasn't fixed. The fight wasn't fixed. Now he's being investigated, and it's looking like the feds are going to come in and start looking because it's everywhere that somebody tried to rig this fight. Now, there's a whole nother conversation being had. And in this conversation that's being had, apparently, Aiden Ross is leaking it out to his friends who are bloggers that apparently Super Hot Fire, right before the fight, was approached by Ray J and a bunch of gang members who pretty much told pretty much told him that he had to either lay down on this fight and let Ray J win, or Ray J wasn't going to do the fight and he wasn't going to make no money. So this is the thing. You're going to let Ray J win. You're going to pretend that Ray J win, and we're going to make a bunch of money, and we're going to pay you. We're going to pay you even more than you're getting paid by Aiden and his crew. Okay? Or if you don't agree to throw this fight, we're going to walk away and you're not going to make any money at all. So I guess Super Hot Fire, he agreed, and they all went and got ready to do this whole thing. Now we know what happened next. First round of the fight, Super Hot Fire, yes, that part, bribery. Super Hot Fire ran all around the ring for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then the next thing you know, he's sitting there in his corner with the girl that he had trying to twerk and do whatever. And he's sitting there on FaceTime. And then he gets up, and 26 seconds later, Ray J was knocked out. Second round. He didn't touch him. Ray J swung on him. Ray J act like he was going to chase him around, act like he was going to try to kick him, make it look like something. Nothing. Super Hot Fire did nothing. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Second round, he comes in 26 seconds later. Boom, he drops him. There was supposed to be a
Mm,
fight
mm, mm,
where he would have been, being honored as the champion of the fight, all of that. They had a suite set up at the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas. They said he left. He didn't go. He didn't stop by. He didn't give word. He didn't leave word. He didn't send a text. They said he got on the road and he hot-tailed it back to LA. And like I said, I don't think anyone's heard from him since. He's not saying anything, which makes me believe that this investigation is real. And he's probably been told by the authorities not to say anything about any of this at all. Ray J
mm.
approaching him with gang members. Let's see. Hmm. Last time I checked, isn't Whack 100 gang affiliated? Doesn't he
He's
have?
on
Mhm.
Pyru, not
Oh,
Pyru, but
Pie. Pie.
Pyru on Pyru.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a problem. See, let me say this. I've always wondered about Whack 100. Number one, if you are a real gang member, you don't run around here talking about on your set, because if you do something and someone can identify, a civilian can identify and say, yeah, he said on Pyru, then you're gonna get gang enhancements, whatever you did. So why is he running around here on everything's on Pyru? So continue. I'm sorry.
No, I need I need you to stay with me on this one. Now, this is really interesting. Curdy says Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner sued Ray J in October 2025 for defamation. Sure did. And then he came back, and apparently he had some receipts that he made public, because now the whole world knows, or at least it's available for the whole world to see, that there was no accidental leak of this videotape, that it was a deal that was made with the adult film company Vivant, and they've made over $100 million on that tape. And there have been scheduled payments and everything that has come out from that tape for all this time. So let's just think about this. Do you remember when they brought the Kardashians back and they brought that storyline back and all of that? And Kanye went to meet with Ray J and he went and got the tapes, and then he came back and he brought it to them and said, baby, you don't ever have to worry about anything being leaked out and all of this. And all of that was staged.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. You're smart.
All of that was staged,
You're smart.
including Kanye's part in it. So Ray J has now released all of the information. Like, this is not good. Their case is terrible. And the truth is, the way it's going, neither one of them it's not going to turn out good for either side. Like, even it doesn't even matter who wins. Everyone's going to lose. This is a 20-year hustle that they've been running. And then the payment that he made, Kim Kardashian giving him $6 million to keep his mouth shut about the tape still, which is wild, because she paid him to keep his mouth shut, and then she turned around and made a storyline to re-promote the new season, that new season that they had when they first came back to Hulu with Keeping the Kardashians. So that's part of the reason why Ray J got upset, because she paid him to not say anything. She put him. He can't say nothing. She pretty much just gave him a gag. So this way, she would be able to control the narrative, and she would be able to say whatever she wanted to say about it, and he couldn't say anything, which is why he said, F that. I'm putting everybody on blast, because you're using me to make money off of me again, and y'all not cutting me in. So there's a whole lot that's going on here. Now, let's just be clear. When it comes to the media, the Kardashians are very, 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 very influential with all of these bloggers. And salute to our new member. Welcome. So listen to me. We're talking about a quadruple double cross. Everyone's just
Mm.
crossing everybody. Now, we got all of that, those details. We're gonna let that just leave that. We're gonna let that just simmer there. In the past month, Whack 100 hasn't really been getting along well over there at No Jumper.
Mm.
Matter of fact, Adam has set him up on several occasions to let these baby YouTubers come and cut their teeth on him, make a fool of him, try to gaslight him. They sitting over there staging plays, but from what I've been hearing, it's a little tense. It's really tense. It ain't been looking
Mm.
so good. And then everybody knows that Whack 100 and Charleston White, they buddies in the snitch game here online, in the create fake engagement online. Next thing you know, Charleston White comes over there and starts running down on Adam out of nowhere. So yeah, there's a lot of suspect things that are bubbling up behind all of this that's going on. Meanwhile, because if I'm correct, I think Alex Spiro was the one that was handling a lot of the legal matters that were going on between Ray J. Because Ray J was talking about he don't get no damn about Alex Spiro and he not afraid and whoopty whoopty whoop. And we also know that Quinn Emanuel just got popped for what, $3 million for lying. So
Mm.
there's just a lot of things that are happening all at this one time. And what it sounds like is that Whack 100 and Ray J have just become too big of a problem. I wonder who knew that they were setting this fight up. Like they were working this angle. I wonder who else knew. Because they all like to run their mouth a lot.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Something's off. I don't Does everybody feel where I'm coming from? Put a 1 in the chat if you're listening to what I'm saying and it's making sense. Put a 2 in the chat if it all just sounds like psychobabble and I sound like I'm just talking crazy.
No, you're making a whole bunch of sense.
Yeah, and Takashi 69, Snitch du jour, was there too.
Mm.
He was there at the table. He was one of the people that jumped up when Ray J got knocked out
Mm,
Mm.
and helped knock over that table. You didn't see that? It's in my
not at all.
it's
Not
in
at
my
all.
the short that I have that I put up about the fight. Takashi 69 was there, sitting at the table,
Mm. Mm.
commentating the fight. Like this is all a social media mess.
Somebody lost a
Yeah,
bunch of money.
a lot of money.
Mm.
Now I want people to understand this. It's being said in the backdrop that someone placed $1 million on Ray J to win, and that other people did the same.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
He's a non-established fighter. He has no fight record, and he's an R&B singer who's mostly known
For hitting it first.
for yeah, which in my opinion isn't a good thing considering all of the VD and the STI and the
Oh
ST
no.
brags about
Oh
passing
no.
to everybody all the time.
Oh no.
Allegedly.
Oh
But
no.
they've already came out and said that the
Oh
12,000 that he's
no.
talking about is cap. So
Oh no.
Yeah, even
Oh
still,
no.
that's how he advertised himself. He was sitting there literally on his live stream talking about he was going to give a bunch of people STD. He said he was going to infect Cameron,
Mm.
that nigga
Nate.
wild. He
He's
wild.
going to infect
Oh
everybody.
no.
He is wild.
Oh no.
Him and the booty goons.
Just.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
So
Oh no.
shout out to the agency. So anyway,
Woo.
look at that number. Millions?
Oh.
Millions? We're talking millions on top of millions. Somebody put up $1 million for him to win.
Just
Matter of
why?
Matter of fact, is there any way we can pull up my short?
Which one?
The one that
Hold on. Yeah, give me 1 second. I can pull it up. Give me 1 second. Just bear with me.
shout out to the Gauge and C&D.
Oh Lord.
Oh
If Ray
Lord.
had won, if Ray J had won that fight, if he had been declared the winner, $1 million bet for a fight like this, I mean, we're talking that could have paid out anywhere from like 5, all depending on what the odds were looking like. Could have been as low as 5 million. Could have been as high as 10 to 12. All depending on what the odds look like. You get multiple people doing that. That could have easily been like a 20 some odd $1 million score.
I just don't understand. And I think it's because I got to understand how gambling actually works, because I just don't understand.
No, it's this is a whole level, a different level. They're touching on some very touchy, sketchy. Yeah, they're this one here.
Yeah, with the fight. That's all it takes. See? That's somebody. Super Hot Fire actually hit it first.
Bah!
Boom. Okay.
Blast Joe. That's what that J stands for. Joe.
He said not.
Not.
Not. There. Not there. Look at the state of confusion.
He looks so stressed.
He was more worried about his hairdo than he was this fight. I guess he just wanted to be done.
You're funny. How you getting not up that like that is crazy.
Woo. It's tight out there. This is what people are doing. He's way too happy. He ain't got no friends. And guess what? By special request.
So they didn't stay in the seats left. Come on, Rob. Go, Rob.
That's a damn shame.
Oh no.
Or his ass out. One shot. One shot.
One shot, one drop.
Look at him. Look at this man in this ring to get his ass. Like,
now understand this. I want y'all to think about this. If they were literally expecting for this guy to go along with the plan because he was afraid that they was going to come and get him, they were set to make millions. All this guy had to do was cooperate. Aiden didn't have to know. Nobody at Brand Risk had to know. Matter of fact, it looked better that way because everyone could be naturally and genuinely surprised. It makes sense that this was a play that they made in the parking lot right before the fight.
Hmm.
Now,
Mm-mm-mm.
the question is, who the hell was hot fire on the phone, FaceTime, in round 1 and round 2? Because if you remember, if anyone is paying attention and remembers, he literally got on FaceTime. Who the hell gets on FaceTime in the middle of a fight?
Hmm.
He ran around that ring. Didn't touch Ray J not once, while Ray J sitting there acting like he came to do business. Then he goes and he sits in his corner after the bell hits and gets on the phone and was FaceTiming somebody. And I got to go back and I got to look at that. Because I might be able to read his lips enough to see what he said. But he literally sat there and he was sitting there and he was like talking to somebody. He was like, all right, bet. Da-da-da-da. Hung up the phone, got up. 26 later, Ray J is down. 26 seconds later, Ray J is down. Who was he talking to? Because whoever he was talking to made him feel confident or competent or comfortable enough to just go in there and handle that shit. And then he got in his car and he hot-tailed it the hell out of LA, out of Las Vegas, and went back to LA. I wonder who he called. Who did he call? Whoever he called, let him know it was cool.
Uh-huh.
Knock that nigga out
Ugh.
and move around. I think it's fair to say that from whenever he was approached with the gang members about going through with setting this fight up, he made some phone calls.
Smart man.
Super hot fire. I bet you dollars to donuts he made some phone calls. And then after he made it around the ring for that first round, he gets on the phone and calls him again. You got me? Am I good? Next thing you know, whoop, 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 and he's out of there. Ray J sitting there stunned. I'll tell you one thing. This is the best thing that could have happened to the Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good look for the Kardashians because they're heavily involved with the government. They get out all kinds of things. And if Ray J is a problem for them, I'm sure they'd be happy to point someone from the federal government in the right direction. Meanwhile, I don't see Ray J coming up with this all by himself. And Whack 100, he's got that divorce. He's got his other client, The Game. Things ain't looking so great over there. Like, there's a lot of reasons to make a desperate move like this.
Reminds me of this movie here. It's like a ghetto version of Snake Eyes. If you guys haven't seen Snake Eyes, definitely check it out.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the Tubi version. Snake's black eye. Listen to me. Both of them, love handled up. Didn't neither one of them look like they had trained for a fight. And Ray J really wasn't all that interested in training. If anybody paid attention to what he was doing on social media with that guy Rampage at that MMA gym, he was in there playing. He was in there acting a fool. He was in there looking stupid. And I guess it was because he really wasn't worried. Because they had a plan. Think about what he said. We had a plan, man. We just lost a lot of money. I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but man, he sat there and looked stunned on multiple levels. But if the good folks in Hollywood are tired of dealing with Whack 100 and his antics and Ray J and his antics, they got him now. They got him now. And apparently, Aiden Ross is going to be cooperating with the feds, and the feds are looking to investigate. So I don't know. What do y'all think?
That's wild. And the fight was out there in Vegas. Like, if it does end up that they're over there fixing, sporting events where people can gamble and all that out there in Vegas.
Nah, you don't play. You do not play with the Nevada Gaming Commission, and the feds the feds ain't finna play with this.
Wait a minute. Do you see what somebody said? Look at what Curdy said. Reports of super hot fire wearing a Kim Kardashian mask when entering the ring.
Oh, that was a setup from the jump. That's woo. He got paid in Skims money, huh?
Skimming in Las Vegas is old. It's an old thing. Skimming been going on a long time in Las Vegas.
They've been skimming. I like how you broke down that skim. Yeah, that was nice. You did.
Wait a minute. Mayat said he was wearing a Kim Kardashian shirt too.
Oh damn! The fix was in. The fix been in.
Oh no.
Yeah. All of this is looking real suspect. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Whatever that trial is looking like next year, I don't know. Might go a different way. Might go a different way. But Ray J sitting there in that hospital playing sick, and Whack 100 running around trying to sell this story about Aiden Ross. It makes perfect sense why he would sit there over there with academics. They're in trouble. Nevada Gaming Commission, he ain't getting around that. I don't care what he's done. I don't care what kind of juice he think he got. They got him on blast. And Ray J was stupid enough to sit there and say as much as he said. This might be the end of the road for Rayford and the Whack one and the cheddar biscuits. This might be the end of the road. This is too much.
To the end of the red lobster.
You want to know what's also interesting about this Rayford case with him over here doing all this? It's almost like a mirror case. They had, like, a lot of the things that alleged after a fight that everyone expected to go one way, and then everybody's all shocked and startled. The fight that Jake Paul had.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting here listening to the details of what's coming out with Ray J's fight. I'm like, There's a lot of similarities that, Ray J got going on over there with this fight. That fighter had problems too after Jake Paul was in there and ended up not winning.
After he knocked out Jake Paul, his life has not been the same. He had that car accident. Then there was all kinds of things going on. I think they said that he was responsible for it. Like, he's never going to enjoy a dime that he won,
And I wonder why
which is
all that's
crazy.
going on. Because these people are professionals. Like, why are these amateurs being allowed to be put into rings and then, it's a very
Quick
deep thing.
cash.
It's very
Quick cash. It's so
well.
funny. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, Ray J was sitting over there with Cam Newton, like that last interview that he did with Cam. And he was talking about the Kardashians, and he was talking about all of this, and he was talking about all of that. And then at one point, Cam was questioning him about, the strange things that he does, and, whether he's doing it because he needs the money. And he was sitting there talking about how wealthy he is and how he's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars. And he went and he opened up his phone and he was like, look, man, this is my account. Look, see how much is in here? Does anybody remember seeing that? I don't know who watched that.
No, I didn't see it.
That interview, but he was busy showing that. Well, apparently, a lot of these people who are social media influencers are photoshopping, and
What?
they're photoshopping and doing all kinds of stuff to fake how much money they're making and how much money is in their accounts. Apparently, Vlad busted a girl on his show the other day, one of these OnlyFans girls who lied and said that she's made a couple $100 million. And, she was like, I can log into my account and I can show you. And then she was, oh, well, I can't log in, but let me show you this. And he was able to spot that, she had rigged her account to make it look like she made more money than she did. And I thought to myself, that's probably the exact same thing that Ray J did when he was sitting over there with Cam.
I mean, it's the simple fact that Vlad had called out old girl in that specific fashion lets me know that he knows a whole lot of people that do it. My question is, what you calling out her for? Why don't you call out the big dog? I'm pretty sure he knows.
Who knows, my yacht? Was the person that, who's on that t-shirt, was that the same person that was on the FaceTime? I don't know. Could it have been a representative? I don't know. But I tell you one thing, I don't think they're going to get away with this. I think this is going to go down. I think it's going to go down nasty. If they don't get popped for this, I'll be surprised.
Some people making some deals.
Yeah. There's a lot of people making a whole lot of deals. There's a whole lot of people getting weird grace in weird places these days.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're willing to bend over for it, then you're willing to bend over for it. But hey, shout out to the Gages.
No.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. Yeah, I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. $1 million bet, $1 million bet on a fighter that couldn't win, even if he tried. That would have been a hell of a payout. A hell of a payout. Ooh. So anyway, yes, let's keep Rayford in our prayer. He need to stay in that hospital. Like when I saw it though, and it said that Ray J's in the hospital from complications from the fight, from injuries from the fight, and I'm like, whatever. He literally went in there to set up their story for them coming after Aiden. trying to make him lose his company and get in trouble with the gaming commission. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see how it play out. Okay, do we want to get into I'm gonna just ask because I'm polite. This
what?
here.
Well, I think we need to get into it. Grace, um, I'm gonna kind of let you run loose with this one because you've been sharing the details with me, and we're now kind of looking into this. But I do want to set it up by saying, trigger warning, this is a very real situation, and I'm not sure how many people we have from the New Orleans area of Louisiana here in the chat, or how many people in the replay may come to watch this, but know that this is a situation that we are taking seriously. This isn't just about content. This is really about shaking things up and getting to the heart of, reality and the truth. There's a young woman. What's her last name again? Her name, I know her first name is Brandy.
Yeah, Anderson.
Brandy
Anderson. Brandy. Yeah.
From New Orleans, and what's she, early 30s, we're saying?
Yeah, this is all of our age group.
Yeah. So she recently passed away. And the last person that saw her alive was this person on the screen.
Yep, that's what's going on. It was April 12th is when she had passed away, and it's coming out really just in the last couple of days. We're all just finding out just a few things about what's been going on, because ever since April, most of us, we just knew that Brandy had passed, and everybody was grieving and mourning. And about 2 days ago, the family started coming out and letting everybody know that things are not adding up with how Blue passed. So far, I believe that her mother is upset because the investigation in her daughter's death is not going as well as it should be. There are a lot of conflicting stories that this gentleman has said out of his own mouth. There's basically a real big contradiction to what's going on with all of that.
Well, before we get into the details, I want to make sure that everyone understands exactly who this is. This is Chopper City. As of the past year and change, not long after Diddy got arrested and leading up through and during his trial, he was doing a bunch of interviews. He interviewed with Real Life. He interviewed with Lad. I believe he even interviewed with Cam Capone. He was running the gambit. He's a part of the show, Making the Band. He was a bad boy artist. He was one of the guys that had to walk to Brooklyn to get the cheesecake. This is Chopper City. Now, Chopper City allegedly has known this young woman, Brandy Anderson, for a good many years. They met on social media. I guess they were both a part of the same party scene. To what extent, I'm not sure. And before we move forward with talking about that, yes, he was on the blue couch. Sure was. They had him there kind of like he was a Diddy expert because he was one of the kids from Making the Band.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. So many details he shared with the public. And yet, when it comes to this situation, he seems to be confused about it.
Yeah, and this was coming straight from him. I was actually able to find an Instagram video of him talking about what happened when he was last with Blue. This is coming from him. He said that
And by the
apparently.
way, you call
Mhm.
her Blue. Blue is her nickname, but when you guys hear Grace say Blue, she's speaking of Miss
Yes, Randy L.
Anderson,
Anderson.
Randy Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you have to
do you
explain what's
have the
going
time?
on because there's no audio. Remember, there's no audio unless you want to play the audio. You
Okay.
could.
Um, let me see if I can play the audio from my end. Let me see if I can grab it.
Even if you can't, I'm sure you can narrate what's going on here in this clip.
All right. So what's going on here is that he's actually describing what happened the night that Blue had passed. He's explaining how they were having a night out, and he starts off by saying that that's his partner and all of that. And again, the way he's talking is a bit fast and a bit disjointed. So he's saying that at some point in the night they at first he said they were starting off in a club, I believe in Orleans Parish. Then he says that at some point they're already very drunk and things like that. So now it's a situation of, okay, well, do they want to keep partying? And then they end up going to Lava, which is a place that's located now in Jefferson Parish. In order to get from those two parishes, you have to get on the interstate for that. And according to him, they were already past to the point where now it's still back and forth on who's going to drive the car and stuff. And that's where the details are very, very funny, and it's not really making sense because he's explaining it in a different manner. And then it's the way he's animating the story that was alarming for me, because then as he's kind of describing how the night goes, and then he's explaining how by the time he made it to these two locations, everybody was already past drunk. And from what I can tell, I believe he said that she didn't want to take her car because she was too drunk. So now at some point he was driving, but then also at the same time, I believe he flipped it later on, because this is a two-part video, and he was explaining how, well, okay, he's worried about his license, she's worried about her license. So you kind of get lost in him explaining who's actually driving the car and where are y'all traveling. Now, at some point in the video, he explains that on their way home, he said that she made a turn and then she ended up in water. Like the car ends up driving into some water, shallow waters. He's explaining that water is now rising up. He's yelling at her to, try to open the car window so they can get out. And then he explains that, okay, it's not working. So now what he does is that they open the sunroof, and that's how he was able to get out of the car. And then he says that, in the midst of all that, he's just trying to protect, it's survival mode for everybody. He's getting out. He's looking around. He can't really see. And in the area that he's in, there's a business. He's trying to knock for somebody to see if somebody can get help. And he's not seeing her. Again, it's all very convoluted in all of that. But then he just kind of gets to the point where when the authorities get here, she was left in the car and all of that. Now, based off of the location where they found the car and they found Miss Anderson, that's in around the Des Allemands area. So for those who may not know, that's probably another 15, 20 to 30 minutes away from the last place he said that they were, which I believe was Kenner at Lava. And there's also reports where he's now told multiple stories where no, in fact, the night started off in Kenner in Jefferson Parish where lava is. Then they traveled to Orleans Parish to the second location. Then from Orleans Parish, he traveled back toward the Des Allemands area, which has now become a very strange back and forth across the interstate that he's now describing. That you said if y'all were all inebriated, there's no way that that type of maneuvering can be done safely. So with all of that, they're now found in the Des Allemands area, and now there is a lot of contradicting stories. And again, we're all just getting these things right now in the last 48 hours because the family has now had no choice to start pushing for answers. Like, why isn't this being reported in the news at all? The way that, again, she was handled after she was found. This has happened. Multiple parishes are now being involved with just the process of letting the family identify their loved ones under the circumstance. There are certain parishes that have been sent out to go talk to the family and discuss things. Even those other parishes that are close by, they aren't being recognized at all. And again, the real thing is that why is this not being reported on at all?
Now this happened over a month ago, correct?
Yeah, this happened April 12th. April 12th is when this all started, which I remember now. I believe it was either Jazz Fest or Essence Fest in April. That festival was going on. And it was wild because the video that you guys just had on screen, this is what he was talking about. I believe this came after Friday. So that was April 17th. Now, Ms. Anderson lost her life, but she passed away April 12th. It wasn't until April 17th, which was the Friday after, that this individual, Chopper City, was on stage performing. And one of the things at his performances where his audience, his followers, they captured that moment, he was on stage acknowledging Blue. And I believe it wasn't up until that point that anybody even knew that she even knew who he was. Like the family, I don't believe they didn't know until now. They're being told that this individual is mentioning, this young lady, and everyone's trying to figure out, well, why is, the information that he said and how things happen, it's not making sense.
So, just to be clear, has the funeral taken place yet?
Yes, I believe so. I believe by now it's taken place.
Because what I'm curious about is, has he even bothered to try to contact the family in any way?
Well, honestly, that's actually one of the interesting things. I believe he tried. At first, when it initially happened, I believe he was in communication with the family. But I believe by the time he's now acknowledging her publicly, I believe they had some people in the family go after that page to be like, listen, you have some questions. We have questions. You were there. You need to answer them. Next thing I know, his comments were disabled. And I believe family has now been blocked from his channel. So there was a point where when all this began, the family was in communication with him slightly. But that, I believe, has now stopped.
He blocked them from his channel?
I believe so. There's one family member, she said that she was going there. She had no problem airing it out. And I believe she was definitely blocked from all of those spaces. But of course, there's a lot of people invested in this. Like I said, I know this person because this is very close. This is all family. This is all friends that I've known since, we were all children. So there are a lot of people who are demanding answers because things are not adding up. And even just with the scenario of how she was found and where, it has already been seen and reported that, the water that the car went into, it was shallow water. It was shallow water. I think they said it was maybe about 6 inches high worth of water where they were. And the family also reported that not only just who she was as a person, she was a fighter and she was indeed a strong swimmer. It's not making sense how he was able to get out. You didn't even try to go back for her, but she didn't. There's no sign of her getting out at all. Like the family said, that is completely against her character. And as a strong swimmer, shallow water should not have resulted in her losing her life. Like there's something very suspicious about what truly happened to her on April 12th. And at the moment, the only person who I have heard myself say a lot of contradicting things is this individual right here. Because it's just recently that I found out that, he was performing that weekend afterwards. I actually know him from the Fox News article that I found about him, about his past dealings.
Now, I wanted to talk about that because if I'm correct, Grace, this article that you're talking about, it has ties to human transporting, doesn't it?
Yes. They reported, this is Fox News reporting, that I believe it was 4 years ago, he was caught up in all of these human movements out there by Vegas. Just because I don't have the article from me, I believe it's allegedly he was convicted, but I would have to go back into that article to actually see. But that's how I know him. I don't know him from making the band. I don't know him for anything else except you're the individual that has been having human moving issues out there in Las Vegas. And you were, gaining them from social media. That's what the article said.
That he was tracking down people on social media, that he was
Yes.
offering up, he moved around.
Yes.
Which is kind of wild when you think of his connection to Diddy, making the band, all of that. And then while the Diddy, bonanza was going on, he was the one running around doing all kinds of interviews, very pro Diddy from what I hear. Because I didn't watch any of his content. I'm not going to lie. I didn't watch any of it. Were you able to catch up on any of his content?
No, but that's perfectly fine because, again, I was, talking with people that were close in the family. So, and there's more of them that I want to sit down with and we can just get a whole bunch of information together because I'm now interested in everything this individual had to say. Now he's on my radar. And as soon as we're done here, that's the next thing I'm doing. I'm going straight over there to real life to see what it was he was talking about because based off of what I read off of Fox News about his history with human transporting and things of that nature, what happened to Brandy on April 12th, it is completely suspicious to me because just based off of everything that he has said and based off of the evidence that we have so far, because again, the police are still investigating. We're still waiting on all types of things, but just based off of his word and the limited evidence, I'm leaning towards whatever you had going on in Las Vegas. It seems like you have yet to move forward from said behavior.
Now,
because
the one thing that bothers me about the clip that we just shared, even though it doesn't have any volume, I'm looking at his body language. He's sitting there talking about the last time he saw this woman alive. He's sitting there talking about the details of how he left her behind and how she passed away. And he's doing it all with a smile on his face.
His body language was what made watching that video for me and grabbing that clip. That's like what made it difficult.
You talking about this woman is your friend and you guys are close and all of this and all of that, but you're sitting there like laughing and smiling.
Yeah, like you're telling an animated, you real animated behind the fact that somebody is no longer here no more.
Now hold on a second. Cat says,
It got quiet on my end. Is it quiet over there?
I don't know what happened, but we're good.
Oh, okay, so it just means
that was, I just got thrown out.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay.
Well, we're back. We're back.
We're back. And salute. Welcome to the family. Oh. So, like I was saying, I'm sorry, that was kind of bizarre. Where were we?
It was as soon as you were about to read Cat's comment, and then just got quiet.
Yes.
Cool.
Cat was saying, let me see. Where did it go? Where'd the comment go?
You didn't take it down just now?
No, and for whatever reason, it wiped out all of the comments. Wow. All of my comments are wiped out, except for the recent ones.
Give me a second. Well, they're there. Just give me a second.
No, I'm just saying from what I'm
From
able
your
to
end.
look at. Yeah.
No, I'll just have to pull it up. Now, what was it?
no.
What was it? Several headlines right here.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, like
Okay.
that's
I was
now.
still in, so I'll just go ahead and pull that up.
Fabulous. Okay, so it says several headlines from April 2022. Chop of MTV's making the band arrested for human teleporting. And what is that? Arundel County. And then there was another one after that. See, the problem is that stretch of road that you're talking about that they were traveling on, Grace, it's known for sketchy dealing.
Well, yeah, that's why I noticed, like, where it was, where they found the car and everything else like that. It is very close to, like, you can dip out. That's the big thing I noticed. And again, the way he was describing how they were going back and forth across the interstate after he already said that everybody been drinking. Like, you're not going to do all of that. Like, we know that. You're not going to do that much.
Not on those country roads. Not at night.
Not on the country road, not on the interstate, and especially not during the weekend when them boys be out there.
Yeah,
they waiting for the car to start swerving.
Absolutely. That's all they do.
Yeah. So his movements alone make me question and made me look at him sideways. And again, this is based off of what he said. You said this is how you and Blue spent that night. Your story is not adding up. And that's just the one that came from his mouth. There are other stories that he's told the family. So at this point, I think the story has switched up like maybe 3 and 4 times or by now. But again, for me, based off of where that car was found, how did you end up over there? If you between Kenner and Orleans Parish, how did that vehicle, how did all 3 of you, how did you, her, and the car end up way over there? Out there where the only thing that you can really get to is a quick exit. Where y'all was going that late?
I wonder.
By the way,
Anyone?
Just to tell how close it is, like the
Yeah.
where they found the car, I believe that was 3 minutes away from Miss Anderson's grandmother's house. So if she was the one that by the time he started explaining how water was getting in the car, the last thing I believe he said was that she was the one that was now driving. Now again, that story has now switched multiple times from him. But based on that video, if she was the one driving, how did she not know where her grandma stayed? There's like from start to finish, the story is not adding up.
And guess what? That means it's because someone doesn't want it to add up. Mayat says, hey, he says he backs Diddy because he himself was accused of similar and had to fight it.
Well, if that's the case, how was I able to find like similar social media posts calling him out for said behavior? They even calling out women that they know have worked with him when it comes to, the same type of transportation. This is recent. And then according to people who are out there, like first responders and things, people who are actually there to get that car, this story is not adding up there either. Because apparently, allegedly, when they found the car, the driver's seat car window was open. Passenger was not. The sunroof that he said that he climbed out of was closed. Allegedly.
I don't know. Maybe this is something that we just need to stay on to. And salute to all of the new members. Ancestors got me. Glad to be a member. Respect to all, and the real Jaguar always right. Well, thank you so much, and welcome to Jag Nation. Wait a second. Kat says, Mayat, that part, I remember that first interview I watched of his, it's literally hitting me like a ton of bricks. Wait a minute, Curtis. Let's get here in the chat, see what y'all talking about. It says, damn, researching this story, I see a story about Ray J and Diddy's sons almost fighting Halloween. Yeah. And guess what? You want to know what's funny? It was Chris Brown that intervened and saved Ray J's behind. And he was at the fight. I guess he couldn't save him at the fight. But then again, he wasn't supposed to, because he was supposed to be winning. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on.
A whole lot of playing going on.
Odell, I'm just curious. What do you think? Do you think that maybe we should open up the platform in case somebody who's close to the situation wants to talk? Do you think anyone?
Yeah.
Grace, do you think anyone would be interested in coming and sitting down talking with us?
Yeah, put the link out there.
Grace?
You were cutting all in and out. What did you say?
Okay. No, I was saying, do you think anyone close to the situation would be interested in talking with us?
Absolutely. I will definitely see. But I already know the one person that I talked to, they were definitely on board, and all they need is the loud enough microphone, that way they can be heard. Because it's very painful to just watch people. Like, these are people's families, these are people's loved ones, and to have people just be left with all of these questions out of nowhere. Like, no. So I'll definitely reach out and ask anybody who's willing to share what it is that they know. Please come over here and chop it up with us over here. And we already know how we get down here. Like, we got it. If ain't nobody else gonna do nothing, then we got it. So
No, because honestly, I think this situation it needs to have I think it needs to have a closer eye and someone who's going to be interested in
mhm.
really seeking this out because the truth is, when you think about all of the commentary and all of the videos that were just recently made about Ashley Janae and she goes on vacation and it's supposed to be this fairy tale situation and the next thing you know she lost her life and she comes back to the United States deceased and there's just no answers. We have
Yeah,
the
and
situation with, like you were saying, when we were talking about this before and just the whole situation with Celeste and
yeah,
all of these situations have one thing in common. They have social media in common.
mhm,
These young women
mhm,
are meeting people and running into people online and they're losing their lives.
yeah,
So yeah, I definitely want to salute to Auntie Leah. Yes, she was from Louisiana. This young woman, yeah, she's from the New Orleans area. And we have a question from our new member. Well, typically how we do these weekend wrap ups, we break them down, and so clips will be available. So I won't um, spend too much time just recapping the entire situation. But what I will say is we were examining what's been going on with Ray J and the fallout from the fight. We were examining all of the different conversations that are being had about the fixing of the fight, and then looking at some very relevant um, explanations that may not be being talked about, or at least not loudly. Allegedly, there was a bet that was placed on that fight for Ray J to win of $1 million. And he wasn't the only, that bet wasn't the only bet that was made that was that large. There was a threat made to the other fighter, Super Hot Fire, right before the fight, imploring him to lose to Ray J. And, so he could make some money off of it as well, or that Ray J would quit the fight and that would just hurt his pockets. There have been conversations about whether or not Aiden Ross put Ray J in a fight knowing that he was sick and went against all of the fight guidelines, which could kill his business. And Ray J using his trip to the hospital, not only as an alibi, but to give him and his manager, Whack 100, the ability to be able to go after Aiden Ross, who is now opening the door for formal investigation from the Gaming Commission and potentially what's looking like now the feds. And we also examined and looked over, is it possible that the Kardashians could be involved in any of this? So yeah, um, that's pretty much what we were talking about regarding Ray J. Everybody's running a play. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. So back to, and salute Auntie Leah. Yeah, catch the replay on replay. We talked about a lot. And we just dropped the link. So if anybody wants to come up and have a conversation and talk with us, you're more than welcome to. But long and short of it, I think that there is a lot of wild stuff going on. I think that as long as this country is in financial peril, we're going to see a lot more crazy things going on. Um, Someone who has a background being accused of human teleporting or human transporting, and then being caught doing a bunch of sketchy things, and a young woman ending up deceased in the same car wreck that he was in, that he escaped alive. Like it's just,
mm-mm.
it's too much.
And it's
Salute Akshaya.
And you're right about that. Like, there's so many different things going on that I understand how people may actually miss the one common thing that's in all of it: social media. Like,
Very much.
when I was looking up who this individual was, and the first thing that I see is the article from Fox stating MTV ex reality star rapper recruited ex trafficking, transporting victims using large social media following. That came from Fox.
I mean, that's the thing. A large social media following, it's like a fisherman's net.
Mm-hmm.
Cast it far,
Mm-hmm.
you cast it wide. Just like Roblox. Think
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about Fortnite. Look at Fortnite with you know everything that happened with oh, hold on a second. We have Akshaya in the back. It's been a long time since she's popped up. Hey Akshaya, welcome.
Hello, hello to my favorite people. Thank you so much for hosting this. I am like so, as you can tell, I'm like very much trying to catch up on what the hell foibles Ray J seems to be involved in right now. And all I can think about is I am haunted to this day by this one episode of this podcast I listen to. Like they break down blind items and stuff like that. I like them. They're a really great duo called Beyond the Blinds. They did an episode about like all of the weird coincidences, not so coincidental happenings between, Ray J and Whitney Houston's weird freaking relationship. And especially how weird it was, and how Ray J was there and then not there. And then Brandy getting the note from Whitney and all of that. And like, there's just something so twisted and uncomfortable that I get from Ray J after knowing that backstory, and knowing that even after like Light of Our Lives, Whitney Houston was like taken from him, supposedly his lover or whatever, like he is like still out here very clearly very interested and happy to play the patsy in like what looks, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, Jag. It sounds like this is like some sort of classic fight fixing, so some sort of gambling operation. This seems to kind of like be the norm for all kinds of fights, you know what I mean? And like now, of course, you see this what this looks like in the NFL. Like there have been those lawsuits and stuff like that. So this is something across all sports, like gambling, illegal fixing, and stuff is something that happens across all sports. Um, I guess what I'm just trying to unpack is like,
Also a great way, by the way,
mhm.
to launder money.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, how could we forget? Yes. Why, yeah, why else would this be such a huge industry if not for being perfect way to launder money? Um, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is like, what is Ray J getting out of this? Like, I'm just trying to figure out his psychology, because to me, all I can see is Ray J continuing to make a fool out of himself in headlines. Like, I have not seen Ray J be cool in decades at this point. You know what I mean? Like I cannot tell you the last time I thought Ray J was cool, since like maybe like pre Kim Kardashian or something. So I'm just like, why is he continuing to put himself in the headlines in ways that clearly make him look humiliated in some ways? Like why is he continuing to do that humiliation ritual? Is he like setting up for something else? Like is he gonna get some amazing fame? Like, is he gonna get a TV show, the Ray J show, in like a year or so? Like, what is the
He already
game? I'm
had
just trying to
that.
figure that
He
out.
already had that. It's called Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
Oh, I mean, see, that's the thing. I've not caught up
He
on
got
Love and Hip Hop,
he
but I
he
have
got
heard a
that
lot.
he
Mhm.
got that after Whitney Houston died.
Oh my God! Yes! Oh my God!
And they even
Oh my
had
God!
Whitney Houston's goddaughter as a part of the cast.
That's so messed up. Oh my God! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to figure out is what now? Like, what's the thing now that he's aiming for by being a fool in the public media?
Well, I mean, if you want to just keep it simple, you don't have to get too deep with it. If you've done a bunch of terrible stuff and you don't want to have to go to prison for it, whoever knows what you got going on, they get to run you forever, whether you like it or not. Like, I think that's the one thing that a lot of people tend to overlook. Do you honestly think he could be attached to this many terrible things, or things that end tragically, and yet he still keeps managing to get away, and he still keeps managing? Like, it's, come on, like,
That makes
if
a
they
lot of
own you,
sense.
if they own you, they own you. Listen to me. He keeps trying to convince people that he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Do you think if he had the kind of money he says he had, he'd be doing any of the stuff that he's doing? Like, he literally said at the little press conference thingy, whatever, after the fight, somebody asked him and said, Ray J, aren't you supposed to be like dying? And you know, he was like, dang, bro, you want me to die? And he said, no, it's not that I want you to die, but you told everybody that you were dying. So, like, why are you fighting? And he said, his response was this: man, I was hoping that if I was going to die, I could have done it in the ring, and then all of the money could have went to my kids. I was willing to die for this man.
Wow.
He actually said that. And then turned around and went to the hospital.
This is, I don't know. I guess I continue to.
Ray J screws up. Every time Ray J gets in trouble, the first thing he does is do what? He pretends he's going through some kind of crisis. When they were coming at him and questioning him about Whitney Houston, right before, like right around the time that Diddy was about to get arrested, like when the whole Cassie thing happened, and they were investigating him and Natalie Nunn and Lemmy for, a human transporting thing. He was sitting on the edge of the building. Him and his wife was fighting, him and Princess. It was a mess. And he was getting too much attention. Too many people were looking at him. And the next thing you know, he started hanging off the edge of a building, swinging his feet, talking about he wanted to end it all. And he was doing this live on Instagram.
Oh my God.
You don't remember that? That was just a couple years ago.
That is terrible.
He's always he's the little boy that cried unalive. Now he's sitting in a hospital. He does this every time he's about to get in trouble.
I think you really clocked him, like calling him like the little boy. He really is. Like, I don't know. I guess when I look at Ray J, I have no idea what his background is, what his like family life is beyond the fact that he's Brandy's sister or whatever, all of that. And I know apparently their mom is kind of a momager or something. But what I see when I see Ray J and what you're describing to me, like, I don't know any of this, honestly, because the only thing I really know about Ray J's sordid past really is like the Whitney Houston of it all. But when you tell me all of this, he really does strike me as a little boy. I was like some sort of like trauma survivor that was like frozen at that age that he was traumatized at. I mean, maybe I'm just reaching here, but it really does seem like you know what I mean? Like it's exactly what you said. Like the boy who cried unalive is a great way of putting it. Like
he does not present as a 40-something-year-old man.
It's very sad.
Like, I think people keep missing that fact. He'll be 50 in a few years. He's still behaving like this.
Jack, I guess this is not really related to Ray J, but kind of is. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, how did Brandy come out of whatever childhood that Brandy and Ray J had together like seemingly a lot more well adjusted than Ray J. Like obviously Ray J's out here making a fool of himself in the headlines. Whatever Brandy is doing, I don't know because she's not in the headlines making a fool of herself, and she's always come across as the far more successful, talented, etc. Kind of the breadwinner of the Norwood family. Kind of
She's
like
not.
why did she escape that?
She's not. Once again, notice what you said. She appears as though. Are you forgetting
Mm.
she's also an actress?
Yeah, a better one than Ray J.
Much better, but they invested more into her talent than they did into his.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought that they were both kind of child stars.
Well, no, I mean, like he's kind of, like if they were the Jacksons, he'd be Tito.
Oh, gotcha,
Ooh.
gotcha.
She'd be Michael if they were the Jacksons. Do you understand? But at the end of the day, Ray J has done a lot for his family. Look at all of the
Mm,
look at all of the people that he's been connected to, and Brandy hasn't been as successful as a lot of people would think. Actually, Ray J has probably generated a lot more money than her. And what's crazy is maybe it's not being considered that he was the one that went out and did all of the sketchy stuff and did all of the crazy things so that she could be the angel.
huh.
Because that family does business with all of the terrible people that he does business with.
Oh, wow. Wow.
When Brandy
I
had
would
pretty
love
much,
somebody to do some sort of expose on Sonia Norwood, or that's their mom, right? Like Sonia Norwood.
yeah, and
I would love to know an expose because I have no idea. She must be some sort of crazy momager.
nobody talks about Sonia Norwood, and Sonia Norwood makes sure that nobody talks about her. She has like even the way she came out to speak up for Ray J in the midst of the whole Kardashian thing.
Mm.
You got to ask yourself, where does she sit with all of that, especially now that it's been made public that whole situation was a deal.
Like
It
a
was a
deal
deal.
between Chris and Sonia specifically,
Well,
not really between Kim
well,
and Ray J.
I'm not quite sure. I mean, maybe it could be. Because don't forget, she just recently came out when Chris came after Ray J, and she came forward and said that she knows this and she knows that, and whoopty whoopty whoop. And let's not forget, it was Kim Kardashian that worked for them. She organized
Yes.
their closet just like she did for Paris Hilton. Like Kim, they weaseled their way through Hollywood to come up on everyone that they worked for at one point in time. They robbed them. That was never made public. They just deal after deal after deal. And then next thing you know, not long after that, here comes the SEX tape, which was supposed to be this whole story about, it was an intimate moment that got leaked between her and her boyfriend. Meanwhile, they signed contracts with Vivint. They got paid to do that. Chris is the one who negotiated it. And then they ran with the story that, she got revenge corned. And that's what they built, keeping the Kardashians off of, which they built the rest of their empire off of. Like, you're telling me that she didn't know anything about it? And there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way she didn't know. Just like Brandy said, "Oh, my parents didn't know anything about me and Wanye. Wanye took advantage of me.
Mm,
My parents didn't know." But it was your mother that introduced you to Wanye. It was your mother that brought Wanye into your lives so he could mentor you and help you become everything. And everyone knows exactly how hands-on she was. And we're supposed to believe that she didn't. Like, come on. We're supposed to believe that people at the record company knew about your relationship and knew that you was with him and your parents didn't know?
mm,
Adina Howard said so. She did a whole interview about her and Brandy were fighting over Wanye. Adina, a grown woman. Wanye, a grown man. Brandy, a teenage high school girl.
mm.
So the label knew and Sonya Norwood didn't know. Does that make any sense?
Not at all.
So, I mean, it's just, it's Hollywood families are weird, man.
Mm,
They're weird. They're weird. And Brandy is very good at pretending. Just like she sat there and she pretended to be married to Bert, to save it. They created this whole fake marriage and fake this and fake that. Like, this is what they do.
mm,
See, Ray J gets to be the screw up, so nobody's paying attention to Brandy.
mm.
That's just what it is. I mean, that's what it shows. But it's wild because unfortunately it makes it look like Ray J's the only screw up in the family, and the truth is Brandy has done her fair share of dirt too. And everybody knows. But see, her image, it's pristine for the family. See.
Mm.
Meanwhile, you got him doing all of this business with all of these people. Like, come on, he's involved with Zeus, with all of the stuff that's going on with Zeus. He's sitting on stream all day long. He had the scooty bikes. He had this. He had that. I mean, in all honesty, I don't think any of those companies are him. I think his parents, especially his mother, is running all of it, and they use his face to do it so that they don't have to take responsibility for the fact that they play in dirty money.
Mm.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Listen to him in all of his interviews and everything that he does. Does he sound like he's the guy that's really making all of these business deals and all of this stuff happen?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I guess I never thought about Brandy essentially like laundering the Norwood family reputation, right? Like what you said of like, yeah, like their family, their parents, whatever, is very clearly heavily invested in extremely sordid, like allegedly illegal activities and things like that. But that's still Brandy's mom at the end of the day, and Brandy is Moesha. She's the girl next door, very innocent type.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for clearing that up for me, Jag. I will hop off so that other folks can hop on the StreamYard as well. But thank you so much.
No one's popped up yet. You don't have to run, but
oh, really? Oh,
yeah, it's always good to hear from you. No, I mean the truth is like I said, I'm not. Please don't hold me or herald me as anything. I'm not begging anybody to come and sue me. I'm just telling you what I've seen and what I've experienced, and just looking at what makes sense. It's funny because a lot of people, they really don't pay attention to what's really happening right there before their eyes.
that part.
Like most of the time, we buy the press release, we buy the story, we buy what they sell us. We all do. We're all victims of it until you take a closer look and ask yourself, does that really make sense? Is that really happening that way? I mean, the truth is they should have disowned Ray J a long time ago with his antics. Why haven't they? They should have cut him off a long time ago. Why haven't I? Every other famous family has. Not Ray J. He's right there,
Mm.
right there in the public eye, right there all along for everyone to see. And, oh yeah, they just act like there's no big deal. Ooh. He's spiraling out of control, and he has been. So it's yeah. But it's always good to talk to you. Thanks for stopping by. And I don't know if you were able to hear about the other case that we were talking about with Randy Anderson from Louisiana, but you might want to check the replay if you didn't catch any of that, because we're going to be looking a lot further into it, and we could use as many critical thinkers and especially people who understand or have an understanding of the law, because this young woman passed away.
Oh my. It was
And
yes, I'll definitely catch the replay. You talked about it in this live.
yeah,
Yes.
it must have been just before you came. We were coming to the close of that. Grace has been sharing some of the details with us, and the guy who she was with when she passed away, the last person to see her alive, is Chopper City from Making the Band, one of Diddy's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. The last person to see her alive.
Yeah, he swam away and left her there to die.
Oh my God.
They crashed into a bayou, shallow water, and she was a strong swimmer, and he's the only one that made it up.
Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
terrifying.
So yeah, we're gonna pay a little attention to this, because the authorities seem to be confused about it, and no one is reporting on it. No one. Not even there. It's
In
not getting
Louisiana?
any
Wow.
media attention. Not even in Louisiana.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, how does a woman die and there's not even local news about it? Like in a freak boat accident. That's crazy.
You want to know what's interesting? Ashley Janae was all the way in Africa when she passed away, and the entire country was talking about it. She's a social media influencer. This girl died with someone who's attached to Diddy, someone who was running around doing interviews leading up to Diddy's trial, pro Diddy. And it's
Now we
getting
have suspicious
no press.
passings, and nobody's even talking about it. And it's fun, like the news. I've seen all the posts of all the different local news stations being tagged. We just have questions on why.
Like,
Wow.
how in God's name do we
How?
get all of this press about a story? And what's wild is this all happened around the same time that the Ashley Janae story happened. Over there in Africa, and this is happening here in the United States. Isn't that interesting? That got national press. That made it to TMZ. And this
We
happened.
can't even get it in the local paper.
And they're not even in the local paper.
Mm-mm.
That's weird. Oh, Mary's at the back door. Hey, Mary A, welcome.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi. I just wanted to it's been a while. I wanted to stop by and just I don't know, these are tough times, Jag. And your community, for sure, your platform has really been helping me, my loved ones, get through and process what's going on. I just wanted to say a special hello to Grace, because I never got to say hey to Grace.
Oh, it's
But
fine. Hi, Mary.
hi, I don't have anything to share per se about this topic, but I just wanted to like come through and say hello to everyone and stay blessed. And I pray for all of us. And I'm glad that we have each other as a community. Jag, Odell, Grace, what you guys are doing is not in vain. It is really helping a lot of people, and I appreciate it. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, thank you, Mary,
Well,
and
thank
thank you,
you.
Akshaya, both for stopping up. Appreciate you. Uh, yeah, these are tough times, but we're just gonna keep on. We're gonna keep on
Yeah,
doing.
keep on
Gonna
being
doing.
informed. I know we throughout the chats, like with Mayat, with Yvonne, we encourage each other. As long knowledge is power at this point.
It is.
We have to I mean, we have to armor ourselves, and the average person, sadly, like they're so clueless, and I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
Because when it hits the fan, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I am like, even when I'm, filling up my gas tank, I'm being very conscientious, like how much gas am I using I mean, these are the days that we're living in. And a lot of people, like, they look at me and they're like, Mary, you're crazy. And the problem is I keep a lot of this to myself because, crazy Mary, that's how they label you when you speak out about what's really going on. So I just, and I've been through my own.
You're not crazy. And
Yeah.
there's a group of people here who say you're not crazy.
I know, and I feel really safe with you guys, and I appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah.
So much.
And we appreciate you. You're one of our chat warriors. You're part of the cohesiveness that helps the conversation to just keep flowing and to keep going. And we want to thank you for that. Like all of you who come through and are a part of this digital community that we have here, that just keep the conversation going in the chat, whether or not you hit the link or not, whether or not you're here for the whole thing.
Jag,
start to
you be
finish.
killing me. Jag, you'd be killing me sometimes because I'm on the East Coast. I'm in the New York, New Jersey metro
know.
area. Where I'm at. So
know.
I'm like sleeping because I got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to get to work. And I'm like, oh, I missed another one. But on my drive down to where I got to go, I do the replay gang.
Replay gang is just as good.
Absolutely.
But it's always good to have you in the flesh as well. And here we are. I mean,
yeah.
As you see, we're starting to settle into some times where we're doing, you know what I mean? The weekend wrap up is the weekend wrap up. We're going to keep this. This is going to be a regular thing, a regular place for all of us this time of the day. So, I do my randoms, and, when things, come to me sometimes, or if something's in my spirit, I just share, to let it know. Because
of course,
there's so much going on, but I appreciate
you guys encourage that for me to share. I just want to give like shout outs to like, other than you, Odell and Grace, like Auntie Leah, who's been very supportive, and I try to support her page as much as I can. And I'm very, attuned to what, she is dedicated to, and I appreciate it. And she's opened my eyes a lot about a lot of things. I met really great people in this community. Mayat, Kat, Yvonne, Alina, whoever I miss. Oh, Stacy de la Bucca. Yes. Stacy, Myrna, who's like right over the bridge from me. I didn't realize how close Myrna was to me, but Myrna, like, it's just amazing. Even people like from abroad, Archangel Michael, Dr. Jacko, Love Jay, like, I just want to give a shout out. And whoever I left out, Nicole Jonas, I haven't seen her in a while. I hope, and you know what? It's so funny, like, Jack, because I'm like, wow. I always hope, like, are they okay? Like, they're busy. I just hope that they're okay when I don't see them as much. You know what I mean? I think about it. So I think about us as like a little family community, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. And I when I don't see people for a while, like for instance, it's been a while since we've seen Barbara J.
Yes.
Don't
Yes,
know where
Jag.
she is.
Yes.
We choose to keep people in our positive thoughts. Hope to see them again. Thank you so much, Alina.
Uh-huh.
She's
Patricia Blair. She's another one I haven't seen in a while. Like I hope that she's well and her family. And Alina's and I are trying to communicate,
mhm.
but we like communicate through like Patreon comments and stuff like that. Always suspected Chopper. Hey, oh yeah, oh no, oh yeah, yeah. But hey, Alina, that's my birthday twin, by the way. We have the same exact birthday. So
Oh, fabulous, fabulous.
yeah, and you know, at Jag, I'm an Aries, Taurus cusp, so you know.
Look, we are who we are. We are very special people, and
We love hard, and sometimes I get like rah, but listen, I'm harmless, and I just want to help out. That's all I want to do.
Brandon is a mess. He said this sounds like an acceptance speech. You are a fool.
Brandon with his sixth grade laser background school photo. I love Brandon. I don't know if he recreated that or if that's actually like his school photo from the 80s, but I think it's hilarious. Yes, you see what I'm talking about? Remember the laser background? Who remembers that? Look at that.
Yeah.
The laser, and then the reflection where they have like your face on the side and all that. But Brandon cracks me up. Brandon, I appreciate you too. But no, I just want to say hey to everybody and just spread some positivity and let you guys. Oh, and Akshaya too. That's my chick too. I appreciate all you guys. Anybody I forgot, I'm sorry.
And
Acceptance speech, Brandon.
as to Archangel Michael, just in case anybody is wondering where he is or hasn't seen him here or on his channel or anywhere else, he is being reprimanded. Apparently, he had some very, very, very sharp things to say, and YouTube put him on punishment for 7 days.
Oh no.
Oh, I know. Oh, no. I love the way
Not
Grace
really
says,
anything.
oh no, and I love the way Grace calls you TD. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh.
Grace, I love it. I love it.
Oh, thank
Gianna, you want to say hi? Gianna, you want to say no? My daughter's here, and she knows how much I love you guys.
Hey y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
This is my best accomplishment. My soon-to-be 21-year-old Gianna.
It's Gemini season. It's our season. Shout out to all the Geminis. Thank you.
She got Prince's birthday, June 7th. Okay.
My dad was the 12th, and my mom was a Father's Day baby, the 18th.
Wow. Look at that, Gemini. Yeah. But yep. That's it. That's all I want to say, guys. Just wanted to spread some love.
And your mother is very loved here.
I'm sorry?
I said it was lovely meeting you, and your mother is very loved here and very appreciated.
Oh, Gianna,
I
look at
appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah.
That means a lot.
But yeah, and God said no.
That part.
And with a I still can't believe that her mother named her Transrena as her middle name, but that's another story. Oh no. Yeah, oh no. And the dead bird, I've been doing my research on the dead bird because, you know, I like to, Jag, I've been following you for like a year. So there's a lot of stuff that happened pre me following you. And I like to like, you know, get, just, you know, to get the, I'm very much into like digging into things and investigating. And wow. And the dead bird, wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She needs to stay where she is in Montreal or wherever it is. But
yeah, she's here over there in Quebec.
Quebecois. Yeah, I got you. But no, Jag, it's everything that you've been saying is, you know, God said no. You've taught me that. God said no.
When he says it, he means it.
And hey, Odell, I'm not sure if you're there, but
I'm right here. I'm listening.
hey, I appreciate your little jam sessions. I hope we have another one soon.
Yeah, I'm actually I may have to do some sooner. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I appreciate you guys' music and whatever like is new. I'm always attuned. My alerts work most of the time, and you guys truly do make my day and get me through my 4-hour commute a day. Let me tell you.
Oh
Well,
wow. Cool.
Yeah. Uh huh.
we're here with you, and we thank you for bringing us with you.
All right. Thanks, Jug.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
It's always nice getting to meet everyone.
I know the children are so fun and excited, and they just be having all this good energy and stuff. I love it. It's always fun.
It is. So, that was pretty much what we had for today?
I
Yeah,
believe
I
so.
think so. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, we've been here for a little while, so it's been cool.
Hmm.
It's been cool. Any final thoughts before we clock up out of here?
Um, Children, keep your vibrations high. I will always stress that. You know, don't worry about the bald-headed ones. Don't worry about the ones that are missing teeth. Don't worry about the ones with halitosis. Like be good, do good things, be good people. You see what happens when you do dirty dealings and stuff. You end up with lumps, and then you have to, create stories from inside of hospitals. Like they got a lot going on. So keep y'all vibrations high, and go create something today. Go create something. Paint rocks. I don't know. Painting rocks sounds like a fun idea. Go be creative, little star people. Cause child.
I've gotten too
Hmm.
far away from writing poetry. I need to write some.
There we go. That's creative. All right. And wasn't Ump making beats already? So listen, he done beat
Mm-hmm.
all us to the game already.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Well,
So yeah.
it's time for all of us to go off into our prospective duties of this, that, and the third. Guys, we
Mhm.
got a new situation we're going to be looking into and keeping an eye on and
Mhm.
trying to figure out why it's not getting attention at all in the media when it is a very,
Mhm.
very, very serious case. Please, during the
Mhm.
Sabbath and just every day, keep the family of Brandy Anderson in your prayers and let us pray that we can, I don't know, figure out some some way to get this some attention and make sure that her life doesn't go unnoticed.
Yes.
On that note, I want to thank Wolfgang Amadeus from Set in the West, our number one producer, and I want to thank
Yeah.
one of the most brightest and sweetest
Oh.
spirits that they call
Oh.
Amazing Grace here for sitting
Oh.
with me today. And yeah, guys, that's the weekend wrap up. It's been a heck of a week.
Oh, it's been tragic, but that's
What's
okay
what's
because
even more interesting is we haven't even talked about most of it.
no,
Maybe
That's how
maybe
much there
we'll have
is.
to pop
yeah,
up. We
yeah,
can pop up this weekend and do some more. Like in all honesty, why not? So
Yeah.
hmm
Okay. Well then, maybe a part two coming up soon.
yeah.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace.